Lord have mercy. Let's get this party started, honey. It's not a party. It's quite sad, actually. Welcome to the Unfiltered Doll, baby, where we do a little bit of cussing around here. So your parental advisory has been advised. Also, baby, listen, we may have some bad opinions and whatever it is that you're going through. If you feel triggered, baby, just remember we're not talking about you. We're talking about the people on the screen. Hello, and happy Thursday. I hope today is Thursday. How is everybody doing? Let me know if you can hear me before I start rambling. Welcome on into Miss HLS. I see you were here first. Let me make sure y'all can hear me first before I start doing a little roll call. So I'm going to go silent until somebody confirms the audio. Can you hear me now? I know you all are looking good. Look, and then I start talking anyway. I know you are all looking good. Thank you, Zen Soul, baby, for confirming. Welcome on in, Sassy Sue, Butterfly 23, Petty Patty, Zen Soul, Mimi 55, Jackson Tabasco. How's everybody doing? Let me see. Did I get you all? Yes, I did. Great. Baby, listen. The doll is tired, but we have something to do. We have to see it through. So we are going to get into some things. I see that Shay dropped another call. Before we get into the thick of things, Nesto, Shackle, Shuffle, Walk of Shame, welcome on in. I'm going to give you a chance to let me know in the chat, although I got my thumbnail and everything ready. Are we finishing with part 5? This ain't we're not finished. Are we doing part 5 or are we reviewing the phone call video visits? Now I'm going to do the video visits. I'm going to be quite honest with you. I would prefer to do those another day, but y'all let me know. It's whatever y'all want. I would prefer to do this because I have, a bunch of stuff ready to go. Michael Mack. Hey baby, how you doing? Bunch of stuff ready to go for the engagement. Okay, you're invested. That's what I need to hear. No video visit, please. Miss HLS wants the video visit. I think I need to do a poll. How do I do a poll? Do I got to go over no calls, please? No call, please. I don't. Do you mean no calls or do the calls? Y'all let me know. I listened to some of the calls. I was already annoyed. That's why I'm just like, oh, you're saying no. Okay. Miss H.L. says, no, I'm saying no to the video visits. Cool. You ain't got to tell me twice, baby. I think when I do it, though, I'm going to do it over in members, and then I will release it out to the public. So we'll do it like that. I'll do it in members, and then I'll release it, as a pre-recorded. I can't, baby, as soon as she starts talking about those people down there in the White House with the diapers and stuff on, I can't handle it, regardless of, hey, whomever you voted for, baby, that is your choice and your right. But I'll be goddamn if I listen to somebody that's sitting up there on Social Security, who's also going to benefit from any programs that they're ripping away. I don't care what the end game is or the finale. You need help from the people, obviously. And baby, I don't like how you run your mouth. So we're not even going to give her the benefit of the doubt. So we're going to get into the engagement swindler. Let's get into Byron, okay? Now, before we start, the men are tripping out here on this internet, and they have to work smarter, okay, and not harder. Let me tell you something, baby. Work smarter, not harder. I don't know what's wrong with these ninjas out here, but a doll shared something with me from TikTok, and I said, you know what? This is short and sweet. Let me talk about this real quick before we get into Byron and his rotten, raggedy tooth self. And I don't even know if his teeth are raggedy or not. I know that after today, after I've been fumbling around and being nosy on Google, he done pissed me off some more. So hold on real quick. So we got a young lady on TikTok who exposed this man. He hired her. You know, she has a business where she does, I guess you can say she does, what is that called when you get the stuff ready for the parties, y'all? The people who decorate the parties, the birthday parties, the baby showers. Damn it, whatever. She's on a committee for the birthday parties and the anniversaries and stuff. So he hired her to come to the hotel to set up the hotel with rose petals, balloons, and all of the things because it's his anniversary with his wife. A lot of you always ask this question when these men are exposed. Well, what did she see in him? What was she thinking? Well, baby, I'm going to give you an example with this particular exposure that just went down the other day on TikTok. This is not about Byron. This is just a quick little icebreaker, if you will. So let me go ahead and play the first video. Let me see if this is the one.
Did it take 200?
Nah.
I done more.
Yeah.
Market. I said that clear as.
Did it take 200?
Nah.
I done more than that?
Nah, I'm good.
You know, when nobody don't know, won't hurt.
Nah, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. Nothing wrong with it. Don't change your mind, yo.
Nah.
I'll put 200 on the table right now.
Nah. Come on, you're married. That's inappropriate.
Okay. Hell, huh? You got to have faith.
You too. You got to be faithful to your wife.
I am faithful.
So she was recording the setup of the hotel for the anniversary celebration that he was going to have with his wife. Now, since that video went so fast, I'm going to pull it back up so you all can actually, so I can tell you what she's, you know, what she typed. Now, what she did do, she did protect his identity before she exposed him and let the audio play. But let me, hold on, y'all. Let me see. Wait, what is this? Do I not have the, shit, hold on. Pretty much she hired him. And when he got there to the hotel room, he asked to give her $200 event planner. Thank you, Nesto, Shackle, Shuffle, Walk of Shame. Hello, the Honorable Leg Jewelry. Welcome on in. So he wanted to give her $200. He tried to give the event planner $200, I guess, to trick off on really quick before he met with his wife for their anniversary. And when she said no, he kept on asking. So I'm going to play that one more time now that you heard me tell you what went on in this video. Okay.
Did it take 200?
Nah.
I done more than that?
Nah, I'm good.
You know, when nobody don't know, won't hurt.
Nah, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. Nothing wrong with it. Don't change your mind, yo.
Nah.
I'll put 200 on the table right now.
Nah. Come on, you're married. That's inappropriate.
Okay. Hell, huh? You got to have faith.
You too. You got to be faithful to your wife.
I am faithful.
So what is she says here, a man hired my business to decorate a room for his 12-year anniversary. And this is what happened at the end. I tried not to be confrontational and just say no, thank you, because that's how women get unalive, but he wouldn't take no for an answer. I don't think this is his first time harassing a woman. This was a scary and unfortunate situation. Okay, so let's get into the next video where she's letting us know what actually happened.
So y'all, they took down the post that I made of the screenshot where he texted me. It got reported, it was taken down, so I'm going to try to repost it on this video as well. So if you want to go ahead and oh my God, I can't even talk right now. But if you guys want to go ahead and pause and take a screenshot, then you're more than welcome to do so, to read what he sent me and my response. His wife also called me. She did ask me to take the post down because she was getting messages. I told her I'd think about it, but as I'm thinking about it, I'm not taking it down. I feel like for my own safety, because of how he texted me, I'm not taking it down. Unless the police or an attorney tells me otherwise, it's staying up for now. And yes, but the wife did tell me that he was intoxicated. After that was an excuse. I'm going to post some of the recording from the phone call.
With you and Roderick, it shouldn't have never happened. I don't know what, I know Roderick had been, from what I understand, he was intoxicated. And it just shouldn't have happened. I'm calling you because I do see that you put this all over social media. And I'm going to ask you, woman to woman, if you could please remove that. I don't want a lot of people messaging me. I don't want a whole bunch of comments on my post. I don't want that. And with all of this posting and things like that, it's just costing me too much. It's already bad enough that it was put up. But it's the fact that I'm now starting to receive all these messages. So I'm just asking you.
Hold on, because it was already bad enough that it was put up, but it was bad enough that I had to experience it. Anyway.
If you could please remove this post.
I'm going to think about it for your sake. I'll think about it because I'm a girl's girl. I'm going to think about it for you. But for right now, it's going to stay up until I think about it overnight. He did text me saying that he's coming for me, so I'm taking that as a threat.
Please ignore any messages that you receive from him. Roderick, I feel like he's just upset because it's out there.
Okay? Of course he is. Imagine how I felt, though. I'm a young girl who owns a business, came out there to do a service that he booked me for, and I finished the service. He came in and started doing that, not taking no for an answer. All you see in the video is that there's parts I did not post of him saying, I love the single life. You're married.
Well, I like the single life too.
Only that, but when we left in front of valet, he kept going. Valet had to step in because I told him, get me the fuck out of here. I also spoke to the manager of the hotel, told him, be careful of housekeepers going in there. And I went ahead and went straight to the police department and pressed charges for sexual harassment because there's clear as day sexual harassment in the videos. He's probably mad that it's posted on there, but unfortunately he has to face the consequences of his actions. What he did is not okay. Yes, I'll go ahead and take down his information and stuff like that. I did not dox him or anything. What I did was actually legal. And I'll go ahead and also let them know to not message you. So I'll let them know that as well. But the video is going to stay up for now until I finish thinking about it. I mean, that's just how it's going to go. He should have thought about this before he did what he did.
No, I can certainly understand. He was definitely intoxicated. So
I know, because Valet said that to me. They said, because in front of Valet, he kept going on. Hey, I own businesses. I could take care of you. We look good together. I even said, hey, you're like my father's age. You know, you're probably older than my father. Like, leave me alone. And they saw me shaking and I was on the verge of tears. And they said, oh, he had been drinking here while you were up there decorating. So I knew he was intoxicated, but that does not excuse anything at all. At all. He knew, and not only that, but he knew I was recording because I said, now I'm going to record for my social media purposes.
Disgusting. And to hear that wife pleading with her to take it down, your raggedy ass, dusty dick husband harassing that young lady while she's decorating for your celebration. Girl, I know you're lying. So let's get into the text message that the husband sent to her. I believe it's this. Oh, well, he had her number because he booked her for the services. So, honey, let me blow this up. I'm not going to act like I can see any of this. So he says to her, I'm going to tell you one time to take that bullshit down or you're going to regret this BS. How dare you lie on me, bitch? I'm coming for you. Delete it now. She said, lie? Did you forget I was recording, you idiot? Don't worry, the police are involved because in case you didn't know, sexual harassment is a crime. I pressed charges the same night. You also were very outspoken in front of valet. Want me to post everything? You don't know me. Try me if you want, predator. And she said, and tell Kim that we are praying for her. Karma is real. And I bet this wasn't your first time harassing a girl. I was as calm as possible because women get killed in situations like that because men like you can't take no for an answer. So how dare he text her and try to threaten her and tell her what she needs to do after he got caught up in something that she rejected? The nerve. These men are out of freaking control. Out of control. So let's listen to what else the wife had to say. Hold on. I don't know if this is a repeat or not. And then we'll get into Byron. But I just wanted to do an icebreaker just to let you know that these ninjas out here, these men, these cowboys, honey, these men ain't nothing right now. As far as I'm concerned, I'm fed up this week with the men. Yes, I am. All right. I don't want to male bash, but my God, today I'm just a little exhausted. So let's get into the rest of the wife here.
Market. I said that clear as day, and he kept going and going and going. So he knew I was recording. I don't know why he was so bold. Even if he was intoxicated, that's not an excuse at all to go out and sexually harass a woman. So it is what it is. If he's mad, then he's going to have to take it to the chin. Just like I had to.
And tell me, Crystal, what exactly did he do to sexually harass you?
Go listen to the video. Sexual harassment is when you keep propositioning a woman over and over and over again and not taking no for an answer. I said, no, thank you. He kept going. I kept saying, no, thank you. He kept going. I kept saying, no, he kept going. I was polite as possible because there's women that get killed for rejecting a man. That is clear as day sexual harassment. Also, bribing me and trying to offer me money and all that, that is illegal. Not only that, but there's witnesses. There's video footage from the elevators that the police will get, video footage in front of valet and the valet employees who kept listening to him as well when we were in valet, and then he kept going and going. I kept saying no, 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 no. One time saying no should have been enough. But the fact that I had to say no, 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 no multiple times. In the video alone, I said no, I don't know how many times. And that's a short video. So it is clear as day sexual harassment. Sexual harassment is a crime. So.
Okay. All right. That's fine. My only question is if you could just take down the post, because like I said, I'm just receiving too many questions and too many responses, and all that. I've seen it. I see what you said. I see what you stated. I see what you posted. So I just have a lot of people telling me to go look at it. So I'm just asking, woman to woman, if you could just remove the post.
I'll think about it.
Oh, no, Barbara. I'm not removing shit. All right, so we're done with that. I just wanted to have a quick icebreaker. Oh, child. Thank you so much, Jackson Tabasco, for asking the people to hit the like, baby. Hit the like button, please. Help us get into the algorithm, especially with us working on the channel and changing the content over. Queen Black, welcome on in, baby. How are you doing? Okay, why is the wife talking to her and not the husband? Period, Petty Patty, and begging and pleading. Your husband is low down and filthy. Girl, get your husband together and get off my damn phone. But you wanted to, sometimes we often ask, well, what's going on? What's on their mind? Well, we just showed you. Some women they gonna ride or die with that man, honey, regardless of how raggedy he is, knowing that he don't wipe well, knowing that he don't bring nothing to the table, honey. This just baby, some people just don't give a damn. They just want a piece of a man. And if that's the case, fine. If you want your man, regardless of what he's doing, that is your business. But please don't come out in the open where people can record you to prove that you are a jackass. So let's go ahead and keep it moving. We're over to the engagement swindler now. Let me go over to his house. Shay B, be safe, baby, while driving. Juju D, hey, baby, welcome on in. Noah and Bubba's auntie, hey, baby, how you doing? Only me, thank you so much, sugar. I'm so sorry. I'm over here rambling and yelling at this man, honey, and his crazy wife. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Hugs and kisses to you, baby. A shimmy and a shake. Pull in a little closer. Who is the new member in the Dollhouse? If you have a little bit of, time, baby, if you're not in the rose bushes, thank Only Me 23 for your membership, honey, period. And drop your member emojis if you want to, baby. I ain't trying to tell you what to do. Thank you so much, Only Me. Let me give you a razzle and a dazzle, sugar, real quick, okay? Because, baby, these goddamn men, it's not mouse. Thank you so much again. I love y'all down and I appreciate you so much. Now, let me tell y'all something, baby. Byron is wearing me clean out. Do you hear me? If it's not one thing, it's another. He is just all up and through this internet, putting on a damn show. Angel here 62. Hey, baby, welcome on in. April B, Skater 75. I love you back, baby. How you doing? CW, is it your birthday today or tomorrow, baby? Welcome on in. The only black but not bitter. Welcome on in, baby. I'm sitting here, Angel, as well with my coffee. What do we have in our bio today, Angel? We look like we have something really good to eat. Is that the cake we made and ate yesterday? All right, so y'all, let's get, it's the 19th, baby. I was close, sugar. I was close. Okay, so let's get into Byron Hopkins and the women exposing him. Let's go back over to his house let me go to my gossip section so we can get into some things. First of all, I can't stand the internet. I hate the internet. Let me tell you something. Y'all got to get yourselves together. I cannot stand this internet. Do you hear me? El Sid, hey, baby, welcome on in. Now, why would y'all go and put these starters? Whomever is responsible for this picture, I cannot stand you at all. Because why would you ever go on Photoshop and put them locks on this man like that? Why would you go on to your Photoshop or whatever app you used and install and then what's so damn messy about it is, why are they the same color as Millie's locks? The internet takes nothing serious, okay? And y'all all say, well, the internet is it's not a real place. I guess, honey. I guess. Hey, Byron, how you doing? So let me tell you something about this ninja. Not only is he scamming women emotionally and financially and lying and getting engaged to women when he's still very much married on paper. Do you know this nigga got the audacity to have children's books down on the Amazon? Let me read him, baby. Let me go and share my screen real quick. Hold on. Because see, you can't make these type of things up when it comes to what's going on out here in the chalice. And oh God. Let me show y'all. I didn't do the graphic, Elsie. Somebody else did it, baby. I found it on the TikToks. Okay. This shit is so messy at the end of the day. So let me get him off my screen because he's just ridiculous at this point in time. Oh my goodness. So this man who's not taking care of his children except for the one that he has custody of. And you already know that story, regardless if you agree about what's going on with Samantha and if she's fighting hard or not. The point is he stole her, okay? He got the audacity to be on Amazon. He's an author, if you didn't know. Amazing Affirmations for Young Superhero. See, this is when it gets a little dangerous. When you have men like this down there to the stage at the school, on the Amazon, selling your children amazing affirmations, and he don't even really like children. He doesn't even like children. He's not taking care of his children except for the one he has custody of. He has what, 6 to 7 kids? I'm sorry. I still don't know the accuracy. Listen, I don't know if it's 6 or 7. Hopefully somebody will give me the correct number because I keep saying 6 or 7. Maybe it's 6. I don't know. Millie, honey, if you're listening, sugar, does this man have 6 or 7 kids, baby? Samantha, if you're listening, does the man have 6 or 7 kids? Somebody tell me, how many children does this man have? So he's down there on the Amazon selling. He has 2 books out, and we're going to go down here to his page. He has Amazing Affirmation for Young Superheroes, Be Yourself, which is a children's workbook. Okay, jam-packed with 100 fun pictures, amazing quotes, and positive affirmations on every page. This coloring book will make any child smile from the time they open the book until they complete the last page. My God, on today. I don't, Patty, that's what I thought, but I don't know if she's saying she's woman number 7 or if her child is number 7. I'm going to have to, hopefully she'll let us know. Millie, baby, if you're listening, can you let us know, honey? I did, we're trying to figure some things out, honey, because we're confused when it comes to the number, okay? Let's get into his profile here on the Amazon really quick, because what you have to understand is the tomfoolery when it comes to him, okay? Because he is full of it. Do you hear me? Let me bump this up because I want to make sure y'all get into this. About the author. Brian Hopkins is a top youth motivational speaker, educational consultant, author, and master NLP practitioner. Brian struggled to find his identity from a young age and tried to attach himself to anything he thought could fill the void of not knowing which way to go. Byron was a successful athlete, corporate salesman, and finally a decorated Marine with 2 tours to Afghanistan under his belt. Now, his wife, Samantha, told us he only did 1. Now, I don't know. This man might have PTSD, but that don't mean he ain't full of shit. But even after all of that, and thank you for your service with your funky tail self, Brian feels he is at his best when he is on stage, walking in his purpose as a motivational speaker. Oh, Lord. During his speeches, he shares what changed his worldview and, more importantly, his view of himself. Incorporating many of the same be yourself strategies for change, he not only entirely walks in with his purpose, he encourages others to do the same and gives them the tools to do so. Byron loves traveling nationwide, speaking for schools, athletes, educators, and corporate staff in person and virtually. Byron's passion and life's work is to help students and teachers find their passion and purpose to show up as themselves 100% of the time. Be yourself first because everyone else is taken, says the man morphing into his ex who left him. All right. Now, I know we have a lot of things to say about Millie. Sometimes we be like, Millie, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But at the same time, he's definitely morphing into her Now, I believe when we go back to the chart, let me get his raggedy ass off my screen because he done pissed me off with these books down there to the Amazon. He truly did. Let me get this off of here as well. Give me 1 second, y'all. So let me put him here real quick. My God, on today. So all of the women here, I don't know what happened with his first wife or his second wife. What I do know is he left Samantha, he left Van for Paige, and he left Paige for Millie. He didn't leave Millie. Millie left him. Now he has a new victim, which is Melissa. Number 6, which is Millie, that is going to be the one that got away for him. And I feel like she needs to be careful. I feel like she needs to be careful because she is the one that got away. He's running around here with these fake locks. He didn't, his current fiance, Melissa. So you went and got another woman with locks. I'm not saying, you know, a lot of us got locks. I said us, I cut mine off, but a lot of women have locks. I get that. But I just think it's mighty funny that your current fiance has locks. You have fake locks. This is crazy. And Millie needs to make sure she's safe at all times and being careful. Because when you're the one that got away from somebody when they're used to leaving and you have a child from him, oh, baby, you got to be careful when it comes to this thing here. So, and right now he's not in her life or their son's life, but you just, somebody like this, you got to be careful of. All right, so let's get into, you know, those of you, if you don't know what's going on, I'm going to do a quick intro, all right? And we'll get into some things.
PK Mackey is the ex-friend that exposed Byron after his proposal went viral on the internet. Samantha is the wife, separated for years but still legally married. Paige is one of his ex-fiancés who told her story in 2021 on TikTok and is also Sinbad's, the comedian and actor, daughter. Millie is his ex with his youngest child.
So how did we get here with exposing the engagement swindler? This is the viral video that made his ex-best friend expose him. Let me get the couch up because, baby, this is, honey, we need a couch when it comes to all of this. Don't y'all think we need to be on the couch? If you've been here for the past 5, 6, what part are we on? Part 5. Let's get into the actual engagement video because how the hell did we even get here? I don't know if she was happy or not. Most people feel like she felt awkward. Most people think she didn't look happy and she was caught off guard. I mean, to just do that in front of everybody like that, I would hope that it was, I would hope that if she said yes, she meant it. We don't know who, we have no idea who purchased the ring. Melissa is not speaking out. We don't know what their current status is or how she feels about everything that's been exposed so far. He moves from state to state, so it's very easy for him to maneuver and manipulate and go from one victim to the next. He's been to Colorado. Then he moved over to California. Now he is in Georgia. So that's why you can't really keep up with him and everything that he's doing out here. We know about a low down, cheating, dirty dog type of man, a man that cheats. Okay, but he does more than cheat. He lies. Allegedly, baby, he be stealing. That's what Millie said in some of these videos, baby, that she caught him stealing some of her money. And he's lying about the amount of children he has. And just imagine that somebody you think you're in love with is proposing to you, and you don't even know that he is still married to his third wife. You didn't even know he had a first and a second wife, but he's still married to his third wife on paper. They've been separated for years. All right. So let's see. We're going to see this video again, but this is another intro just in case you don't know what's going on. Okay. This is another intro for the situation.
I know the man in this video, and when I met him, he told me his name was Caleb.
Hey yo, I'm here to tell you, if you saw that viral video of that light-skinned nigga with them fake-ass dreads proposing to his lady at the Tyler, the Creator concert in Atlanta, yeah, that nigga's still married.
I am the engagement swindler's wife.
It's our daughter who's crying because she can't say goodbye to these women.
If I told you that I started out the beginning of this year engaged to who I thought was the love of my life, only to find out that he just announced that he's expecting a baby with the bitch that he cheated on me with.
Okay, so there's that. Okay, and we're going to get into P. Mackey. P. Mackey is his ex-best friend. When she seen that video go viral, she said, hell no, I need to post this somewhere. She is a comedian. She's in the LA area. She said, I have to post this. She's an Instagram girl. Something told her to post it on TikTok. Paige already exposed him in 2021, but her video did not get enough traction. Paige, P. Mackey, I'm sorry, his ex-best friend decided, oh, hell no, I don't know who this new woman is. Somebody has to warn her what she's about to get herself involved in. I'm exposing him. After she exposed him is when she told the others and basically said, here's your stage. It's time for you to stand on it. Either shit or get off the, shit or get off the pot is pretty much what P. Mackey said. She said she didn't get anybody's permission before she did it. She just pulled the trigger and let it go. This is P. Mackey, his ex-best friend. Now, Sister P. Mackey, beautiful girl, right? Cutie pie. She is, I hate to tell her business because does that matter? Yes, it does. The reason why they're no longer friends is because I don't know how to sum it up, like a quick summary. Pretty much the friendship was weird, okay? He met her when he was security down at this place called the Dime. Pretty much, I guess all people who are, in film school or they're, waiting for their big gig, they all hang with one another. And she looked at Byron as like big bro. I think the problem with women, especially if you are part of the community, she is a lesbian, or I don't know if I'm supposed to call her a bisexual. I'm sorry. Please pardon my ignorance. But she got in a relationship, a friendship with this man as like the bestie, as that's my bro, I'm his sis. Now, usually that happens with another gay or a bisexual man. Baby, this is a straight man. Allegedly, he's straight. And I know now usually we say allegedly if we say a straight man is gay. I said allegedly he is straight. And I said it how I said it, baby, because he is a little sassy, but that doesn't mean he's not a straight man. However, she was comfortable enough to open this friendship with this man. Okay. She was comfortable enough to open up this friendship. I don't know what made her think he wasn't going to be attracted to her. So she let us know the first red flag was when it was time for her to take her pictures for her 30th birthday. And usually she might dress like a tomboy, a ball cap, wig, lipstick, but she usually doesn't have skin showing, I guess, around him. So she decides to take her pictures for her 30th birthday. He is the photographer for the pictures. Y'all not going to tell me she doesn't look good because she does. Because she does. And baby, when she got down to taking those pictures, she noticed that he was being a bit of a creep when she was trying to put her titty tape on for her dress that she's wearing here in her photo shoot. Mackie is thick. She got the legs out, baby. She got the girls out. You know what I'm saying? Melanin popping. She's a pretty girl. And I guess he felt like, oh, you know what I mean? It was given like, oh, well, how you doing? So she felt like the way he was acting behind the camera, it made her uncomfortable, and he's not only done it once, but I believe there's 3 different times. And she ignored the red flags as well, because, he's a master manipulator. So she ignored the red flags. And this is another picture. Like I said, she's a pretty woman. Melanin is popping. The body there's a body, honey. Yes. And is. And she was uncomfortable. I wanna listen, P Mackie, baby. Hey. These videos, okay, baby, I'm trying to get in the algorithm. But if you see this, P Mackie, in this particular photo right here, is this when you got uncomfortable? Because if I'm reading your energy just based off of this picture, it looks like you were uncomfortable. Please confirm that, baby, if you happen to see this video. It's not given that you were comfortable in this picture, like you felt, All right, here we are. So we are going to now get into Samantha's last video that was made yesterday. It's an updated video. I felt like, we want to definitely hear from her to see what she's saying. She was able to process everything that's been said about her and what's going on with her daughter and the kidnapping and her losing custody. And let's go ahead and get into that sassy experience. Hey, baby, Black Swan. Hello. Welcome on in. How are you all doing? Aaliyah TV, the Gold Experience. Hello, Golden Pearl. Welcome on in, Queen Black. If I missed you all, it's not on purpose. Okay, sugars. So let me share my screen. 1 second, please, while I switch over to Sister Samantha. Look at him, looking like he looking. Let's share this tab here. And I want to, okay. So I'm going to let this video of Samantha play. She's updating us with what's going on, okay? Let me get him off of here because he's making me sick. All right, so let's go.
Hey everyone, I am so sorry I have been away. I'm sure most of you know this is super triggering to talk about.
Samantha is his 3rd wife. Samantha said that he kidnapped their daughter on a Christmas break vacation while they were in California. She let her daughter go visit her dad. The dad was with Millie. Okay, we know Millie. She's pretty much the main character because she's telling a lot of the story and speaking for some of the other women who do not want to come out on this internet to play with us. And pretty much Millie helped him get the custody of his daughter because she was supporting him financially and listening to everything he was saying to her as far as, of course, he manipulated her and she does have some guilt about it. But the ladies, they have come together. There's no beef or no issues between Samantha and Millie. None of that, okay? So, and Millie is also confirming that what Byron did was dead wrong, but she didn't know, okay? I know you all still feel some type of way, and I do as well. I do as well. But I'm trying to hear it out so I can get to the end to make my final decision on if I still feel some type of way when it comes to Millie involving herself in these people's business when it comes to their daughter. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish out that video. This is Samantha, the 1st wife, still married to the man, and he's still proposing to women. He's proposed to 2 different women, still married to her on paper, but they've been separated for years. All right.
So I just kind of take a step away and get my mind together. And we were doing a lot of stuff for my godson. So wanted to come back in here. I had been reading through a few of the comments, so I wanted to address them and kind of talk about a few things. First and foremost, I am a fidgeter. I know that. It's just what I do. So I try to be cognizant of it when I am talking to you guys. So I apologize. It's the way I react when I'm talking about something uncomfortable. I'm sharing personal parts of my life that is hard for me to still come to terms with or even talk about. So if I fidget, that's why. Also, I am not in any way, shape, or form happy to be married, especially to Byron, quite frankly. I've been asking for a divorce for some time now, so I'll dive into that a little bit later. But the ring that I have is actually an aura ring. So I switch it from my ring finger to my other ring finger, just out of comfortability. So that's what this is. I am not married in the slightest. Well, I lied. I am married, but that's not what this stands for. Gross. What else? I was sick last week, so I was coughing a lot. I'm feeling much better. So sorry for that as well. So those are a few of the ones that I wanted to bring up more than anything. But I wanted to dive into a few other questions and kind of just continue on with my story. I know that it is not for the faint of heart, and everybody is wanting to know what has been going on. So within the court itself, I will talk about whatever it is that I can. Without being like disrespectful to my daughter, obviously, in the slightest, because that's my first priority. But so we have been in court now for, it'll be 2.5 years. We go back May 5th. And yeah, it has been a wild ride. It has been very eye-opening. It has been very sad. It's been very hard to go through. I get really bad anxiety when we talk about it or it comes up and stuff like that. So forgive me if I start to fidget, because that's just what I do. But at our last court hearing, they pushed it out again to come to this May. So I'm hoping this is the last one, but again, I'm not going to hold my breath. Their big thing is reunification therapy. And obviously mine too. I have kind of fought tooth and nail to get the little bit of reunification therapy that I get now. When we first started on this journey, I fought very, very, very hard to get reunification therapy with her. Byron's biggest not ability, but his biggest way to drive a wedge between me and my daughter is obviously time, right? If he doesn't have to present her to me, or if he can avoid us having a conversation, like, of course I'm her mom, right? Like, we were really, really close before she left. I mean, we were, holding hands and kissing each other on the lips. Like, that's how young she was before she had left. So I had always known that if I could just get to her, that I'd be able to talk to her. But he has put in place every single roadblock you could possibly think about. And truth be told, just going through the process, I have come to realize that the court system is not based off of innocent until proven guilty. It is guilty until you can prove yourself innocent. So it has been not just a not with Byron, but it has been a battle with her court-appointed attorney, so not only him, but I also have her reunification therapist, right? So like, I am battling a lot of people who are put in place to protect my daughter, right? Like, that's what the court appointed attorney is she is appointed by the court to ensure that the best interests of the child is being adhered to. However, we talk about that in the same breath that we talk about, Byron just packs up and leaves her, or not leaves her, but takes her to Georgia, right? So like, that also isn't the first time he's violated the court order. You know, he has been violating the court order since it's been put in place, predominantly because reunification therapy is part of the court order. Like, it's written in there. Not only reunification therapy, but individual therapy and a couple of other things that aren't, like, they have never been adhered to. And I have fought tooth and nail to try and get him to be held accountable, right? You know, and I'll reach out to her attorney, and yes, I'm going to reach out multiple times, or I'm going to call multiple times looking for you, because like, this is important. Like, he's not abiding by what the judge has put in place. Like, it's just been a crazy, crazy process. And just to see all of the things that he's able to get away with. I mean, he does it right. He gets away with it. He hasn't been reprimanded. He hasn't gotten in trouble. He hasn't anything, you know, like, he got chastised by the magistrate, but like, that was it. Like, there's no repercussions for him. And so I stand in this virtual courtroom trying to advocate for myself, while also I'm getting, you know, daggers thrown at me from her attorney, you know what I mean, who's like, oh, mom calls too much, or mom does this, but it's also mom that's getting the calls from, you know, hospitals or other places that are telling me things about my daughter that I have no clue about, right? Like, also part of the court order that's mandatory. So, you know, I stand there advocating as hard as I can for myself, but it's like in vain, you know, like, nobody cares about me. Nobody cares about any of it. Like, any of it, like, any of it, nothing that I do or nothing that I present to them. Like, when I'm telling somebody she didn't show up to school, I called the school and she's not there. Like, she's not in any school district out here. And then from that, they tell me you need to do a welfare check. So I do a welfare check, and then the cop solidifies that they're no longer there, and pretty much implies that the front office stated that they moved to Georgia. So I'm asking this officer, like, he kidnapped her. He has violated this active court order. We're actively in court. What do I do? She sends me this place that I call in Orange County. Orange County then tells me I'm the victim, so I need to call Colorado. So I call Colorado. They pretty much laugh at me and say, why are you wasting our time? You need to call back there. And all I'm saying is, I just want somebody to help me. Like, I just want somebody to tell me what I have to do. Like, what am I to do? She is gone. I have no idea where she's at. Her attorney, again, court-appointed attorney, has no idea where she's at. Nothing was done. No resources were offered. Nobody told me who, what, where, when, or why to call. I had nobody that I could turn to. I literally was just stuck, like, tight. Like, he can just do whatever he wants, whenever he wants, and there are no repercussions. Like, there just isn't. So I'm playing ping pong, jumping from one organization in one state to the next, and I mean, nobody, not a police officer, not a sheriff, not a detective, like, nobody could tell me what to do. Nobody, not one person in multiple states. So I then just get to sit, even though her attorney knows. Like, it's just a joke, man. Like, I don't know. It's just so disheartening. Like, it's already bad enough that I'm fighting with my kid who hates me, full-blown hates me, and has these outrageous stories that have been made up and fed to her so much that she truly believes it. And hates me, like tells me I don't want to talk to you for a few years, like basically when she's 18. Like, I have never been spoken to like I'm spoken to from her before, ever. Like, that was my baby. Like, that was my little, I mean, still is, right? But like, that was my dog. Like, that was my, like, we used to hold hands and stuff in the car. I don't know. It's just sad. And no matter who I tell or no matter who I turn to for help or support or suggestions or anything, like, they just look at me like I'm stupid. And then I go into court and I tell, the magistrate, I'm like, oh, well, I reached out to her attorney 24 times from this date to this date. I reached out to her reunification therapist 32 times from this date to this date. And the response I got from her attorney was, you're inundating my inbox. Like, and then the response I get from the reunification therapist is, we're doing the best we can. We're inundated. Like, that's all I can say to you. And I'm not joking. Like, these are actually what they said to me. And so I take it in court and I'm like telling them, and like the judge acts like he's flabbergasted. And I'm like, this has been going on. I've been telling you about this. The only time that her attorney reaches out to me is 24 to 48 hours before court. And what he's telling me is, hey, we're going to court tomorrow. So what do you think about extending it? No, I don't want to extend it anymore because it's not going anywhere. The reason why it continuously gets extended by the magistrate is because you guys are not abiding by the reunification therapy. You're not abiding by it. You're violating it. Like, and then he violates it and like moves.
Okay, so I wanted to stop this right here. If you guys are confused about how he got custody, if you go to yesterday's video, was it yesterday's video or no? It was part 3. Part 3 is where she gets into how he got the custody. Well, we didn't, right now, we're talking about the aftermath. In the part 3 video, she's telling us how he got the daughter initially. She was in Colorado. They went to California to see family during the Christmas holiday. Byron lives in California. Samantha, his wife on the screen, lives in Colorado. She has a son and she has a daughter. Her daughter is with Byron. He was not taking care of this daughter whatsoever. However, as you can see, he likes to put on a show. He likes to put on a performance. He would use pictures with his daughter on his dating social media, not on his dating apps, because he wants to come across as a single father. Now, we might not understand what's going on with Samantha. How did he get custody? He set everything up pretty much in a nutshell. And Millie can't say but so much because the case is still open. Millie meaning his ex, who's exposing like everything right now. She left him. She can't really tell us a lot of information because she doesn't want to hinder what's going on at the courthouse. But she does let us know that this man on the screen, after she found out who he truly was, regardless of how many times we want to take Millie and shake the shit out of her when she's telling her story, after she became a mother, she realized, oh, wow, I am in a dangerous situation. She said he has no business being around any children at all. But she would not tell us why she said that. So, of course, that's going to leave everybody open to think whatever. But this is what she's going to say in the videos that we're going to see after Samantha is finished. PK Mackey, his ex-best friend, experienced him around the same daughter that he took from Samantha. And she said, I don't like how he talks to his daughter. I don't like the tone of voice he uses when he's talking to her. I don't like how he treats his daughter. So pretty much you have multiple people saying he is a piece of shit. Unfortunately, he knows how to do what? Work the system. Okay. Now, if you just need a quick reminder on your boy Byron, okay, just as a refresher, and then we'll get back to Samantha. They're dealing with a man who knows how to put on a show. You know, he has the gift of gab, depending on who you are.
You're never finding yourself. I don't like that either, because you're with yourself 24/7. Where are you lost? You wake up with yourself. You go to sleep with yourself.
Right.
What you're doing right now is trying to figure out what sparks you, what gets you happy, what gets you excited. Think of something right now. What I would tell someone, think of something right now that gets you super excited. Like for me, it's photography and a couple other things. I enjoy it. It makes me happy. Don't worry about a dollar sign connected to it. Worry about, what do I do that makes me so happy? And you go, you know what? I really enjoy doing X, Y, and Z. Now add, like, what would a business be for that? As me, as a person, what can I say? Like, I wish this was added to this and it's something I love. Oh, cool. You just figured out a problem. Now fix it. Don't ever come with a problem without a solution. The best thing right now is we have an abundance of knowledge at our fingertips, in our pocket, in our phone. Type it in on Google. Chat GPT is big right now. So it's like, oh, I don't know what I want to do. Just to ask a question. Life starts with questions. Just ask a question and try to figure out the answer.
And this is why you don't want to fall in love with people on social media thinking, oh my God, you're giving me all the answers. You know, these relationship gurus and these people who talk a bunch of shit. Look at this man on the screen.
You're never finding yourself.
You're never finding yourself. Don't take care of none of his kids. 6 figures he was owing in child support, lying, scamming, living a soft, bad bitch type of life on women. And these are the people on our internet. And we are falling for the foolishness, hitting the like button, making a comment. Oh my God, I needed this today. Thank you, Byron. You know, a bunch of bullshit, pretty much in a nutshell. Now, let me show you how he was in his relationship, just so you can see where we're going at with this. He's a master manipulator. Understand that he's not everybody's type. He's damn sure not my type. Baby, I like me a strong, masculine man. Okay? I want to know that if we somewhere and somebody run up on us, baby, that you got us. You got my back. I don't want you hiding behind me. I don't like a soft man. That's just me, though. Everybody's different. You know, I like me, you know, you got a little bit of history with you, baby. Oh, you got a troubled past. You know, I'm sorry. You know, somebody who's been through some things. All right. So let's get into how he was in his relationship, just so that you can see that as well.
I'm still pacing, y'all. Still pacing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some like stupidish that he used to do. So you guys can kind of see like how his personality is, why he's like so charming and all that stuff. Just some random things when we first started dating. Yeah, just so you guys get a little window of like, who is Byron Hopkins? Man, Byron, you wanted to be famous, sir. Look at, talk about the red carpet. We finna have a red carpet, all right. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. I am so, yeah. Yes. In due time. Yes. Enjoy, y'all.
We're in the snow. You can't even see her. Look at that. We're in the snow. It's beautiful down here, though. We in the snow. It's snowing. Wow. Got the Mandalorian in there. Woo, it's cold.
Oh, damn, I'm doing a video. I can't just take a picture. It won't capture all of this.
Dang.
Girl, shit. Okay.
Someone to get, someone to share. Lonely hour here, there, to be loved, to be loved. Oh, what a feeling to be loved.
I'm a lightweight, man.
You can't finish that one glass of wine? Finish that one glass of wine. Oh, you gotta take it back? Oh, look at her. This is one glass, guys. This is one glass. Just one. Just one. Come on. Do. Hey.
So, I'm surprising my baby just because we're in West Hollywood.
Our Lord's Day.
Yeah. Baby.
I'm gonna be on one of these times.
So that's where we're going, to Pantages. And what is playing?
Oh, you got Hamilton's tickets? For real?
Yes.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
He knows all the songs. He plays the soundtracks in the car and I have to listen to it.
Ready for me to sing every
He knows
song
every
loudly?
song, every word.
Loudly?
Loves Hamilton. So I managed to snag some tickets.
How?
Because it's going to be done touring
Oh,
within
you're
a
the
couple of
best.
days.
Oh,
Oh,
you're
I'm
the
the best. Look at that. Oh, me?
Yes.
I'm the
singing
best
every
thing.
song so loud. So loud.
I love you.
I love you. What's going on, bro?
Now, everybody's not into a cornball, right? But some people are into the cornballs, okay? And that's okay. That is okay, baby. It's just not my type. It might not be your type, but some people, they love a soft man. They love a beta man, and that's okay. It's just he couldn't touch me with a 10-foot pole. We ain't gonna both be sniggling and giggling in the mirror. Everybody has their type. But what's so crazy is Millie does admit in the beginning of telling her story that he was not even her type. Okay, he wasn't her type. She says she don't even like them light-skinned men. And I hate to bring color into it when it comes to, skin tone. She says she don't even like no high yellow man. She don't like them. She don't like them high yellow men's. But baby, he was living a soft life. And like his ex-bestie said, Byron thinks he's a bad bitch and he doesn't have to work. Okay. Just because she light-skinned, she don't want no light-skinned man. She likes the man with more melanin. People have a preference, people disagree when people, bring that up saying, oh no, I prefer me a dark man, or I don't like them light skins. People don't like that, but that's what's going on out here. People have a preference of what they prefer. It doesn't matter for some people, but she did let us know that he's not her type in the beginning. Okay, so let's finish up here with Samantha. I cannot answer a bunch of the questions about what's going on with the daughter, because remember, you guys, this is not, we can't compare it to Risa Tisa, because Risa Tisa planned out her story time. She planned this out. Millie and Samantha, they didn't even have a TikTok. So they're literally sharing everything because the ex-best friend exposed him without talking to them. So they're just out here like, oh shit. Oh, it's go time. Okay, we gotta, all right, let's do it. So they're processing everything. But see, the problem is when you don't create content and you're not really here on the TikTok streets when it comes to the story time, When you hit that upload button, that's it. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Once you hit that upload button, even if you take it down, somebody already screen recorded it. So you just locked and loaded. So you just got to sit down and let the court of the public opinion do its thing. All right. So there we are. We good, baby? Because you know we be talking about Millie long in the wind, and I be trying to edit and cut out her ums and those long pausing. You know, she does all that long pause she has when she's telling a story. I'm long in the wind as well. I'm long in the wind as well. All right. So you gotta also be careful, baby. He is a actor. Should I say aspiring actor? All right. So we talking about a man with different personalities. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is putting these women through it. And it's not just Millie. She's just the main one we heard from. Samantha admitted that he left her. She said she probably would have still been stupid and with him if he didn't leave her. I guess up until a certain point. Okay. So let's finish out. I didn't want to do all this commentary. I wanted to let the girls talk. I'm doing too much talking.
To a completely different state. Like, so it's sickening. Like, to me, it's like a whole money ploy. Like, they back you into a corner. Like, what do you like, of course I'm not gonna stop fighting, but like a 2.5 years, like I've missed 2.5 years worth of moments, like things that I'm never ever going to be able to get back. I'm never going to get these moments back. I'm never going to be able to replace them. She's never going to get an opportunity again, like nothing. And people just look at me like, this is normal. This is like normal everyday life. And they just keep throwing like investigations, and those are even more.
So basically the courts is giving her the time of her life, baby. And it's a thriller. Okay. It's not a good time. All right. And she's been dealing with it for a long time. Please keep in mind, she's not fighting this in her state. And now he has took this child and went to Georgia. So she was dealing with him in California while she's in Colorado. Now he done took the baby to Georgia. It's a lot going on. It's a train wreck at the end of the day. Now, let me get this chart up here really quick to help you all. The best thing, if you are caught up into this and you want to know what's going on, you definitely want to go to the TikTok, type in his name, Brian Hopkins, and there's more than 10 videos of somebody that is going to summarize everything for you so you don't have to listen to all of this. And of course, they're not going to be able to answer some of your questions because they're telling these people's story based off of what they gathered from it. That's why I'm not going to do it, because I don't want to miss anything. So I'm actually trying to get into everything all at once. Here's the chart here. The first wife is Britt. She does have a child by him. I don't know how many. I don't know if it's a boy or if it's a girl. Why they divorced, I have no idea. She's not on the internet speaking about it. We have number 2, the wife, her name, private. She does not want to be here on the internet. She got married to Byron. They had to get an annulment because he was still married to Britt. Sounds like bigamy to me. Wife number 3 is Samantha. That's who's on the video now. She is still married to Byron. She says she asked for a divorce. He would not give her the divorce. Some of you are saying, well, why didn't she file? I don't know. Hopefully, Samantha, baby, if you're hearing this, if you can answer this, why didn't you file for the divorce? Is it because he hops from state to state? Is it because you can't get a stable address on him? Why haven't you filed for the divorce? When you say you asked him for a divorce, baby, why not file? We would love to know the answer to that question. Maybe you're going to tell us in this video and we didn't get there yet. Number 4 is Van. He left Samantha, went to California to be with Van. Okay. Van was cheated on and he got engaged to Paige. So he left Van and got engaged to Paige. Paige is Sinbad, the comedian and actor. That's his daughter. He cheated on Paige, broke off the engagement and the wedding, and started dealing with who? Millie. When it comes to his children, I told y'all I don't know who these baby. Listen, the only children I know about is Samantha has a daughter that he kidnapped over the Christmas break, according to her. Those are her words. He kidnapped her. Okay. And then Millie has a 2-year-old son, our little sugars. Did you hear me? Our little sugars. Did y'all see him yesterday? Oh my goodness. She has a 2-year-old from him. There's still either 5 more kids or 4 more kids out there. Baby, I don't know who got these kids. Honey, I don't know. All I know is he owes 6 figures down there at the child support court. And that's all I have as far as this chart. All right. So let's finish listening to Samantha.
More of a joke because they're not really investigations. All they are is people asking you a list of questions that there's no fact checking on. Like, and then they tell you, oh, if I find out you're lying, I'm not going to leave anything else in your story. I'm like, well, how are you doing that? Like, how are you telling if I'm lying? Like, you tell me how you're doing your checks and balances so I can feel better, because I want to know, as I've told to them many times, like, she has a narcissistic father who is completely grooming her. I have no criminal background. I have good credit. I've lived where I've been at for over almost 10 years. I have never, ever been without a job or have had to be on any sort of assistance, which there is absolutely nothing wrong with in the slightest, but I haven't had to do that. Like, I am an upstanding citizen. I pay my taxes. I go to jury duty. I do the things that I'm supposed to do. If the allegations that you're throwing out there are accurate, like, if I'm beating her the way that you're accusing me or implying that I do, don't you think like cops would be called or neighbors would call? Because like the accusations are insane. Like, and then like the accusations just don't come to me. Like, he pivots and then starts accusing my son of like these erroneous things. That's just like I get it, bro. Like, she's always been a ploy for him, right? Like, she's always been somebody that he's used to garner attention, right? Like, oh, he's this single father and, you know, he has this daughter and he's like an anomaly, like, you know what I mean? Like, this isn't normal. So, you know, he uses her as like a come up, and it's sick. It's just sickening, but I don't know, man. It's just, I'm not just fighting a narcissist. Like, I'm not just fighting a sociopath. Like, I'm also fighting this wall that he's put inside my daughter's mind. Like, my daughter, the last time I talked to her, told me she told me that she tells people that I'm dead, that I don't exist. Like, I was there I helped her tie her shoes. I helped her learn how to tie her shoes. I've been there through, you know, her first crush or, you know, drama at school and all the things. And because of him, she said she hates me and she tells people that I'm dead. Like, that is like you're.
I understand the concerns. Why didn't the court believe the white woman? Usually there's white privilege. When we get to Millie's video, and Millie's video is probably going to bother y'all, she says, and she repeats, he should not be allowed around children. He has brainwashed his daughter. If the daughter is going along with whatever he's feeding the court, maybe this is a possibility why they don't believe her. He is programming his daughter. His best friend does not like how he interacts with that little girl, his daughter. Millie, after she woke up and realized, what in the hell is this? Says he should not be allowed around children at all. At all. So, I mean, This is after the fact. Millie had to wake up and smell the roses. Unfortunately, some women don't wake up until they have a baby and they become a mother. Now, Millie had plenty of red flags on probably day one. Ain't no on probably day one. She had plenty of red flags. Unfortunately, it took her a while to wake up. Okay, I'm trying to handle this with white gloves because, you know, on the first part, I tore into Millie's ass. I did. I did. But I didn't know what was going on. That was just me diving into it. Like, what the hell is going on here? Now, who's telling another story? You know, but listen, I don't know anything about this. Like I said, I'm used to a man cheating on you, a man not coming home at night. You know what I'm saying? Hell, even a man might have another baby on you or something like that. I'm just used to infidelity. You know, side chicks, a mistress, side hens, however you want to spin it. I'm not used to the scammers. I'm not used to the men lying about how many children they got, giving you a fake name, stealing your money, not working. I'm just not used to all of that. Yes, I hear about it. We know what a bum is. We know what a homosexual man is. You know, he ain't got nowhere to stay. He's trying to stay the night at your house with his, you know, grocery store bag full of clothing. I know about all of that, heard about it before. But when I look back at the things that I've experienced and the amount of times that I've been stupid, some of these things aren't part of my story or journey. So I'm just like, my God, on today. My God, on today, you know? And regardless if we agree or disagree, at least it's out here. Because these women have to know what's going on. Because if you didn't know about all of this, now you do. So now if you're a single woman and you're out here dating, you can now pay attention like, oh, this nigga giving a little bit of a Byron. Y'all know that viral story? Or this nigga's giving us a little bit of lesion. You know, the men that go viral that's out here acting up, cutting up, and carrying on. Okay, so see, y'all done got me long-winded. See, that's what I'm saying. I got to play the video. Y'all know I talk too much.
Your evil knows no bounds. And I know you're watching these videos, so I want you to know that I know that. And you're a horrible human being. I've never kept her from you. I never, ever impeded on your half-ass attempt at being a dad. I just wanted you to be a dad because that's what she wanted. And like, you just came to shit on me. Like the one that doesn't like fuck with you the most. Like I don't do anything to you the most. Like you just came and like you woke up one day and was like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And for all your little weird friends, aka Adrian, don't reach out to my people to again, in your sadistic way, try to get me to either be quiet or anything else like that. Like, you're not in Japan. You can't get a passport. You don't have a job. Like, and just an FYI, like Adrian, birds of a feather flock together. So I would tread softly with that and stay all the way out of this because it has nothing to do with you. Yeah, so I'll keep plugging away at like some of the questions just to kind of like answer them and stuff. Again, I'm sorry, it's so sporadic. It's a really hard journey to walk through again. It's just sad. Like, I really miss her a lot. And he doesn't appreciate her. He doesn't value her. He doesn't put her first. He doesn't value her. He does not value her. And that is unacceptable because she is the most precious thing on this planet. And he's just used her as a pawn. Anyways, again, I'll dive more into what has happened with court, in the court hearings that I've had, and I'll try and explain more of the things that have been requested by the court and the court order within reason. Obviously, I want to be super respectful to my daughter, because though her dad is a POS, she's kind of just like casualty of war. So some of the things that she's been through, no kid should have to go through, and she'll have those memories for the rest of her life now, thanks to him. So I do appreciate everybody's support. My little tribe has started a GoFundMe for me. So the link is in my profile. If you feel the presence or ability to share, that's great. Donate, that's great. Anything like that. I think more than anything, just talking about it makes me feel better. Like I said, it's been a really long time since I've had to talk about this. I am a suffer in silence kind of person. I don't want my trauma to have to affect other people's lives. So it's been a really long 2.5 years, a very long and lonely one. So it's hard for me to ask for help and to put myself out there, because this is very difficult. You know, we get judged by everything and anything. So I will say the support that I've had through this is chef's kiss. Man, I don't know what I would do without my people. And y'all keep me strong and sane. I be in my comments all the time looking at you guys and finding strength for it, because life is hard. Life is really, really hard. And yeah, I wish this on nobody.
And speaking of life is hard, Samantha, let me tell you something. The first thing that people like to do on the social media, especially when they want to come together, support you, hug on you, and love on you, is start a damn GoFundMe. I don't know who the organizer is for your GoFundMe, but I hope it is somebody that you personally know, because, baby, somebody will start a GoFundMe for you, supporting you, and just like Byron, they will vanish into thin air and you won't get a damn dime or a dollar from it. So I just hope and pray that whomever started this for her, because you heard her story and you understand and you see what she's going through, I hope y'all are going to give her the money, because I've seen that happen. I don't know how many times a group of people are concerned, let's start a GoFundMe, and you don't see none of the money. You got to be careful. So hopefully when you speak of your tribe, somebody you personally know is the one organizing this GoFundMe. Because you, honey.
I wish nobody ever ran into a narcissist. I wish nobody ever has to feel the pain of losing a child, even if it's just physically, in any capacity. So if you've been a survivor of narcissistic abuse, I've talked to a lot of you. A lot of you have reached out to me. I have, for safety reasons, kind of put blocks on my mind, where I just kind of put it away.
I don't know what happened with the volume of her video. I think she's on mute, but she doesn't know it. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know what happened, honey. So that's all we got from her so far. So pretty much, let me get her off the screen really quick here. All right, so she can't say but so much with everything going on down there at the courthouse. They're in therapy. So the narcissist word, you're going to hear a lot, because they're in therapy when it comes to this man and this situation. We all know that the word narcissist is trendy. Gaslighting is trending. Living a soft life is trending. I guess we no longer say, oh, he or she is toxic. We are now saying that they are a narc. Listen, I don't know. I know that they're in therapy and, you know, they're getting professional help when it comes to all of this. Because remember, they did not plan on exposing this man on social media like this. His ex-best friend just did it and told them, here you go, here's your stage, do your big one, okay? So Camille, we are going to get into back to Millie. Sister Millie. Ooh, baby, Sister Millie. Sister Millie. When she's telling her story, she is processing the story at the same time. Okay, she's processing it at the same time. This was not planned. She does not have anything written down. This story is not told in order. Okay, so just please understand and know that. All right, so before we go, look at this here. Y'all are so, I hate this damn internet with a passion. Look at what they done to Byron. Baby, this picture tickles me. Do you hear me? So we're going to get into Millie's videos for the day, honey.
Bring up Byron. You was a trifling ass father, Byron.
Listen, hey.
Period. Trifling, a liar, low down, and living your life like a bad bitch. In the words of your best friend, P. Mackey, I didn't say it, she said it. She said, you think you is a bad bitch and you don't have to work, okay? Let's get into some of his antics. When he doesn't get his way, he makes videos and then he threatens the women with the videos because he likes to go out here and I guess play in the courthouse with different people.
There are apartment contingency plans in play, unfortunately, because of you. But hopefully I don't have to use them. Hopefully I don't have to play this video. But I feel like I might. But we'll see. We'll see how everything goes. You just sent me the fakest text message. Oh my God, that was fake. That wasn't even good acting. I'm an actor. That wasn't even good acting. Okay. I'm gonna move all of this stuff. So mean. Just aggressively mean.
This is Byron when he's angry. That is Byron when he's angry. And now that I said this is him when he's angry, let's do it again.
There are apartment contingency plans in play, unfortunately, because of you. But hopefully I don't have to use them. Hopefully I don't have to play this video. But I feel like I might. But we'll see. We'll see how everything goes. You just sent me the fakest text message. Oh my God, that was fake. That wasn't even good acting. I'm an actor. That wasn't even good acting. Okay. I'm gonna move all of this stuff. So mean. Just aggressively mean.
So I want to help you with something really quick. Let me help free you up from a thought that even I had today. I'm going to help unburden this thought right now.
What you got for us?
You don't owe anyone anything.
Debatable.
You don't owe anyone anything.
That's debatable. Once
thinking,
more.
Hey man, this person really helped me out. I was in a tough spot. I was in a bind here. You know, I owe it to them to do this. You owe you. You owe yourself to be better.
That's the first video we've seen from the Black Tinder swindler himself since he went viral. Now, I'm not sure if that video has anything to do in relation with what's actually going on now, but it's nice to put a voice to a face, huh? Here's the latest update on the Black Tinder swindler. And honestly, this story is unfolding in a way where I honestly can't even keep up with it anymore. I can't. I think, like, it is just too much information. It's system overload, bro. I'm overstimulated with the shit that's going on. But of course, these three lovely young women are the women that are leading the charge for this guy, Byron Hopkins, a.k.a. the Black Tinder swindler, a.k.a. the engagement swindler. That was the guy that proposed at the Tyler, the Creator concert. And if you haven't seen that post, go on my page. I got 2 separate videos about that whole situation.
A friend of mine told me to go check if there were people blocked on my Instagram account. And I remember being like, I probably have blocked 3 people in the 10 years that I've had Instagram. But they were like, just go check.
Okay.
And so I did. I went and I checked. And there were 30 women.
Jesus Christ.
30 women.
I think it's super important for me to begin this by corroborating what Camille has gone through, what Paige has gone through, because I have been intertwined with every story. And the reason for that is because I was not smart enough to make sure when he left, I was safe. You know, like, I just didn't think that, I would still be his punching bag. I didn't think that I was going to be his victim.
And as for Millie, her story time is still going on her page right now. She's actually live at this very moment, depending on when you see the video. But her story time, I don't know how many parts it got. Probably like in the 50s at this point, but her story time is still going. Yeah, so this is the latest update. Y'all enjoy. Keep the change.
And that TikTok page was from self-checkout. I just want to make sure I shout out the people's, content that we are using. All right. So let me get Byron off of my screen. We are about to bring Millie up on the screen so that we can get into some of her videos. Now, before we do that, let me get the girls up here really, really quick. Who said it? Petty Patty. Millie always has a light bulb to go off when she's telling her story. I noticed that as well, Petty Patty. And that's why I'm able now. Listen, I'm telling y'all, on the part 1, I was just like, this heifer and da-da-da-da-da. I mean, it wasn't too bad, but I wasn't trying to hear it. But now that I'm listening and I'm realizing, oh, she's processing this while she's telling the story. Because it's like it's coming out of her mouth and she's like, damn, I can't believe, you know what I mean? So it's like she's going through the motions and sort of spiraling, if you ask me, like the laughing and the staring off to the side and the pausing, like, holy shit. Holy shit. This is really what's going on. Okay. So, yeah. So we know Millie is long in the wind. All right. She is in therapy. Everybody is in therapy. Just so you all know, everybody is in therapy. Let me also say this one more time, just in case y'all didn't hear me. None of them planned on telling their story with the exception of Paige. Paige exposed Byron 2021. Nobody wanted to come out here on this internet until the ex-best friend did it and said, hey, girls, y'all going to do your thing or not? You going to do it or not? Here it is. Is this hair color and style a thing? I'm old school. What, baby? You can't ask me because I don't know if you know the doll or not, baby. I'm very eclectic. So all of the hairstyles I'm going to go for. All of the fashions I'm going to go for. You got to ask somebody that keeps up with the trends. You got to ask somebody who is maybe like I'm very demure and mindful. You can't ask the doll, baby. My own mother don't even know when I have my real hair in or when I'm out here with a wig piece or a piece of extension. You can't ask the doll. Baby, the doll is, I call myself the doll. Yeah, this is the dollhouse, honey. You don't know who I am. I'm somebody else on Tuesday and I'm the doll on Wednesday. I might be sometimes I look like I got, I got what Nesto got in his book bag. Sometimes I think the community be thinking that I got, you know what I'm saying, dildos in my book bag. I'm just saying, you just never know who you're going to get with me. Now, enough about me, babies. We're going to get into Camille. And let me summarize a few things for you, a few notes that I took, because I did watch some of the videos. I think they're beautiful women, to be quite honest with you. And I'm not just saying that because a lot of people will say, not a lot of people, I don't know where Dimples Wimples is, but she told me, y'all, what did Dimples Wimples say about me? That I will compliment a grizzly bear. I don't know how she said it, but it was funny. When it comes to a woman's beauty, I feel like women, we're art. It's art. It's a canvas. So, baby, you can't ask me, okay? You cannot ask me. To me, they're all beautiful women. And that's my honest opinion. Even though y'all don't like the eyebrows, y'all might not like the foreheads. I got a big ass forehead as well. Okay. And I don't know how to put my eyebrows on, so I can't speak on nobody's eyebrows. However, I think they're beautiful women. And yeah, there's that. So to give you more of a timeline, she met Byron in December 2020 is when she met Byron. May 2022 is when they had a baby together. So she met him December of 2020. May 2022, they had a baby. Now, as of February 2021, they were a couple. Now, she does let us know she told him she loved him first, and this was on Love Day, Valentine's Day. She told him she loved him first. He returned the favor a week later. And the day that he returned the I love you too was the same day that I believe he was scheduled to get married, I believe. Jackson, leave me alone. One thing you what did you say? One thing you will do is compliment everyone, including the bear coon. Y'all have to understand, I come from a fashion background, okay? Baby, I just, hey, now. And it's not because I'm blowing smoke up someone's ass, right? But I'm just very much, I want women to feel good about self. I want y'all to look in the mirror and be like, I'm that, hey, I'm that girl, period. I want y'all to look good, feel good, and smell good, okay? I know you're serious, Jackson Tabasco, but I'm serious too, right? I want you to look good, feel good, and smell good, okay? All right, just a little bit about me. That's just, okay, listen. And it's a possibility that I can sell popsicles to an Eskimo. I can sell ice to an Eskimo. That is very much one of my talents. But I mean it at the same time, okay? Until you piss me off. Now, don't piss me off. You see another person. Now, Camille let us know that after she had her baby, that's when she's starting to realize, although she was processing, this man don't want to work, this man is sort of like a bum, and there's red flags. She's now starting to process something's not right with this man after she had her baby. Unfortunately, that's when women start to wait a second, because now we have to protect what? We have to protect our baby, honey, our child. And that's when we realize, ooh, I done got myself caught up in some shit here. So pretty much there's a lot of things going on with the family. The baby, of course, when the baby was born, the baby was in the NICU, the baby was sick, and during that time, they didn't want everybody around the baby visiting until they, till everything was clear. So Byron did his magic, worked his magic to make it seem like his mom was offended. Keep in mind, his mom doesn't even live in the state of California. The mom was offended that Millie's mom was in the hospital with them and she wasn't allowed to visit. There was something else also going on with the daughter when she came to visit, and them having to have the daughter stay with a relative until, I think she was there for the summer. The daughter was there for the summer, and they wanted the daughter to stay with a family member for 30 days because they did not want the baby to get sick. Byron made sure he caused friction between Millie and that family member as well, pretty much just separating her from everyone so that they can't do what? Start to tell her, hey, you might want to watch out for that nigga right there. Now, don't tell him I told you, but baby, he's a basket case. So pretty much just causing friction and static between her and anybody who really knows him, especially if they are related to him. And just like his bestie said, his ex Bessie, his ex best friend said, he did that with her. Anybody he was in a relationship with, he would tell her, and then he would start to tell him, oh, she's crazy, she's this, she's that, you're my friend, you're not their friend, your loyalty resides with me. So this is what he does, okay? So then let me see here what else is on this paper. She thinks she wanted to be okay, we got that. She said, I love you. We talked about her telling him she loves him for the first time and then he returns it. But she never knew about the actual wedding date or anything with Paige. So when they're making a decision to be a couple and all of the things, she had no idea that he was still leading on Paige and that they were engaged and had a whole wedding date set. She didn't know about any of these things until after the fact. Okay. And she's letting us know that some of the women they're allowing them to speak on their behalf because some of them do not want to be found. They do not want to play no internet games, which can you blame them? Okay, they did find the girlfriend. They did find the girlfriend, Melissa, who was in the viral video that he's proposing to. How are you proposing to somebody and you're still married? But any damn way. But I haven't seen any pictures of her. And even if I did, I wouldn't expose her because obviously she doesn't want to come out here and play on this internet. Let me see. Tickets are full, relative. Okay, so we already talked about that. Daughter wasn't. So Millie does state that when the daughter came for the summertime, that she was different than the previous summer. And she was asking Byron to talk to her. And she said that he wouldn't do it. And he wouldn't spend time with his daughter. She said he would not spend time with his daughter. Everything that was done for his daughter, she did it. Okay. And he would be in the office working, but this nigga ain't got no job. Ain't got no job. No job. Okay. And he's in the office working. He tells her that he does different gigs and stuff, but they don't pay him. He does it for free. Child, we'll get into that when we get into her videos. Okay. She said that the daughter had behavioral issues. She said the daughter was very snacky and would eat a lot of ice chips. Okay. So that's what she said about the daughter when she came to one summer and she realized there was something going on. Now, I thought when somebody was eating a lot of ice chips and all of that, I thought that had everything to do with iron. And but y'all might know something else about this. So there's that. You said Patty said Byron was in the office on dating apps looking for his next victim, because what Byron likes to do is he likes to be serious with one woman, but then he likes to have one in the chamber. Okay, so keep in mind, Millie is thinking about the things that were going on. She's not a mother, so she's not realizing, okay, the baby is snacky, the baby is a preteen. She's snacky. She's eating ice chips. It sounds like low iron to me. If I'm going to use my, motherly instinct, sounds like low iron. Sounds like the typical teenager. If you ask me, each child. Now we used to get my bonus. Oh goodness, I'm stuttering. My bonus baby would come up here and spend the summers with us since she was in diapers. She's now 19 in college. Each summer she was not the same child because she's starting to grow up, and she's now a teenager. And each year she would be different, never disrespectful to me, right? But there's a difference because they're trying to figure things out. So let's get into her videos, because I don't think there's really anything that really matters as far as, all of the small talk when it comes to this. He's a maniac. I mean, how much do we need to talk about? He's crazy, obviously. So, I mean, this man, how do you have 7 kids? Millie, baby, if you're listening or if you're watching, Sugar, can you let us know? Honey, I know I asked in the beginning of the live, but I got to keep it's 6 or 7 kids, baby. Okay, thank you, Sugar. All right, so let's get into, I'm going to tell you right now. Now, Millie, Sugar, if you are watching, because I do tag you, I tag you in this, you might want to turn it off, because you might want to turn it off. I'm just saying. Because you had me in my feelings a little bit. Yes, you did. But I'm gonna try my best to be, but hey, sometimes hey, now shit. But one thing I'm gonna do is keep it real. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, is keep it real. And you had me, I was just like, girl, what? So let's get into that. Let me see if she's up on my screen. Hold on, y'all. Hey, husband, honey, how you doing? Let me get the ladies off of the screen. And P. Mackey, I don't know if you're watching, baby. Let me tell you something with your Q. So P. Mackey is definitely fine. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all say I'm always complimenting all the women's. P. Mackey, baby, you cannot be friends with straight men, regardless if you're dating women or not, baby. Just because you date women, that does not, baby. Did you come on here now, P. Mackey? Ain't nothing wrong with a little raspy voice. You think just because you got a raspy voice and you might wear a wave cap because you're trying to mold your edges down or lay the lace on your wig, and you might have you on a little ball cap and a pair of sneakers. You think they don't want none of that Tootsie Cat? Huh, P. Mackey? Baby, you cannot be friends with a straight man. That is not your bro. These straight men, they're not your bro. No, they're not, baby. They want some of that Tootsie Cat at the end of the day. Because, see, you ain't going to come around me with a LA Raiders hat on, a ball cap to the back, and then the next day you want to have them titties out and these legs out. That's not how it works. You know what I'm saying, baby? You need to just get you some friends. Just be friends with women at this point in time, baby. Because, listen, that's some crazy work. All right, so let's get into what Millie has to say. Because I don't know why P. Mackey thought she was one of the boys. I know you lying. Talking about you want to do a birthday shoot, thinking you one of the boys, and you got that creep. You done showed up with this dress with your damn shoes all wrapped on your ankles, and you done put your baby oil gel on with your titties out, girl. Now, come on now here, P. Mackey. All right, so let's get into Sister Millie here. Oh, Lord. Okay. Millie, again, if you're watching, baby, you don't want to hit the live chat. I let my baby, we grown around here. I let my dolls, they going to say what they want to say, baby, and I don't stop them. So I just suggest that, maybe sit this one out if you're watching, baby. Hey, girl, we'll make up with you when we get to the end of the story, okay? But right now, we'll make up with you when you left him. When we find out, okay, so what happened when you left him, girl? Let us process this with you, okay? Right now, we feel a certain type of damn way. So let's go. Hold on, y'all. Oh, wait, where's the hit? Okay. Oh, I'm having a hot flash. I got to go for a minute.
Okay, so during the time that his daughter was visiting us, we had to upgrade the car because he was so tall and it wasn't working with me sitting in the back seat with the baby. So I needed to upgrade to a bigger car. So we, again, like I'm still paying on his BMW, right? And he already got on my my phone bill. He got his car insurance with mine because he was like, oh, it'll probably be cheaper if I get on your phone plan. And then he asked if he could just mesh like his car insurance with mine. And of course, like he never paid me. I'm like, okay, well, this is how much it's gonna be. And he's like, oh yeah, no problem, no problem. He always says like no problem. Even if you're like, oh, this is how much it's going to cost. Oh, no problem. Like everything's no problem. But then he never forks out any money. So we traded in his BMW and my, my Benz and got a bigger Benz. So that way all four of us could fit, which is me, the baby, him, and his daughter. And so that thing was a gas guzzler. And the car note basically doubled. So the agreement was that he was going to pay for half the car note. And I was like, okay, well, you're going to have to pay for half the car note. Like, you need to get a job so you can pay for it. And he's like, oh, yeah, no problem, no problem, no problem. No. Never, ever, ever, ever once paid. So he did end up finding a job. But mind you, I ended up having to... So because he didn't have a job, I had to go back to work 5 weeks after I had a C-section. Usually you're supposed to be off for 8 weeks, but I mean, what was I going to do? I have to be able to support the family.
Let me tell you something. I had 3 C-sections. I had 3 C-sections. Baby, going to work 5 weeks after getting cut from left to the right, split open like a fish. That don't sound right to me. Oh, Byron and oh, Millie. Oh, ain't no goddamn way. Oh,
And I already basically was down, 2 units for 3 months. So I would have been fine if he had gotten a job, and I would have at least been able to do, my full 2 months, possibly 3. But so I had to go back to work 5 weeks after. You guys know what I do for a living, so I just had to be really careful. But the dogs were really good. They would jump in the tub and the table for me, so I didn't have to do any lifting, because I had to make sure I don't tear. So he did end up getting a job, and it was like this job that he had to travel to different schools. And then he said that it also had him go like out of state. So his territory was going to be like San Diego County, Orange County, and then Arizona. So I was like, okay, this is cool. And he actually liked it because he could travel, and go to different places. But yeah, they were all at universities, basically for like the science department, something with their like telescope, their microscopes. So he ended up having to go to Arizona, and when he gets there, he tells me that he needs a credit card to get a car. And I'm like, why would the company send you out there and not make sure you have a vehicle? Like, why would you have to use your own card for that? And even the hotel, he was like, yeah, they didn't tell me what hotel I was gonna be staying at until I got here. I was like, what? Why wouldn't they already have like stuff already set up for you when you get there? That doesn't make any sense to me. I'm like, what kind of company is this? And then I'm thinking, I'm like, did he really go out there for work? Was that a lie? Like, was he actually seeing someone in Arizona? I don't know. I have no idea. I just know that he only ended up going out there one time, and then all of a sudden he didn't have a job anymore. I just remember I was able to breathe for 1 month because he had gotten a paycheck, and then that was it. He told me that the last paycheck that he was supposed to get, that they shorted him. But what he would do is he lied all the time. So he would tell me either that he had to work for free, or that even when he would do little acting gigs, he would send a message, even though he had already gotten paid. Okay, because I had to look up, like, well, when do they pay you after you've done a gig? Because I'm asking him, and I just felt like it wasn't accurate. So I'm like, that can't be right. And if they're not paying you on time, then that's, you need to send them an email because you need to complain. So I know that he got paid. He was just telling me that he hadn't. So he didn't have to like help me. He didn't have to give me any money. So he's still not giving me the full amount for rent either. So yeah, just like basically everything's on me. And then he gave me his little $700 a month. So, because he knows also, because of his previous relationships, that if he contributes something, like he can't get kicked out because he technically is paying rent, even though it's not what we agreed upon. So not that I was like gonna kick him out or anything, but he makes sure he has like some of his ducks in a row sometimes. So yeah, after that, he just didn't have a job anymore. So he literally only had that job for 3 paychecks, like 6 weeks. Yeah, maybe he had it for like 2 months, but yeah, that's about it. Nope. So he had, let's see here. Delilah already went back home. And I finally found a new groomer. And so I was teaching her how to pull a truck and trailer. I was really excited. And so he always took the baby to my parents' house because my parents lived close by. He didn't like to stay home with the baby. He would complain. Every time he would complain. He did not like to stay home with the baby. I'm like, you're the one that asked me like to have a baby too. Like, we're in this.
Do you all know, for those of you that are in California, how does that work? When you are on a lease with somebody, if they give you a portion of the rent, is this why he was in this video ranting about, let me go get him now. Can you not put someone out if they are giving you a piece of the rent? And they're on the lease. Give me a second, y'all. Now I can look it up at the same time, but in case somebody, I do have some West Coast doll babies in here. Maybe they can let me know. Is this where, so I'm guessing this is where this video is coming from right here when he calls himself recording and threatening somebody. Where is he at?
There are apartment contingency plans in play, unfortunately, because of you. But hopefully I don't have to use them. Hopefully I don't have to play this video. But I feel like I might. But we'll see. We'll see how everything goes. You just sent me the fakest text message. Oh my God, that was fake. That wasn't even good acting. I'm an actor. That wasn't even good acting. Okay. I'm gonna move all of this stuff. So mean. Just aggressively mean.
So I'm assuming that video was made for Millie when she left him. But remember, I didn't get that far yet. So I don't know how it happened or what went down when she left him. All right. But y'all, I'm going to look up and see how that works in California if you're paying a portion of the rent and all of the things when you're on the lease.
Together, but then yet he doesn't want to watch him. So he would go and work out at the gym in the mornings. So he's supposed to go work out in the gym in the morning, and then he comes home and takes the baby to my parents' house, and then he's able to be home and work on his businesses. So I told him, like, I hired someone, yay, like, I have to go out with her because it's her first day and I have to teach her how to drive the truck and trailer. And I'm waiting for him to come home and he's nowhere to be found. And I'm waiting, and then I'm texting him, calling him, like, where are you? Like, that I have to go to work. And he goes, oh, I made an appointment with such and such to have my locks done. What? You made a hair appointment? Yeah, I made an appointment, just a real quick appointment to have my locks done. And I was like, you were supposed to be here 30 minutes ago. And he was like, oh, well, she was late. And if she wasn't late, then I would have been fine. I would have gotten here. This is him calling me and telling me that on his way home. Like, I couldn't get a hold of him at all. And I hated that hair. I hated it. He put his hair before everything. Literally. He put his hair before everything. It makes no sense. So I pull up the truck, and I had like another car seat that I had bought for the baby, but it was for when he got a little bit older. But it did have, a thing for newborns, but I just didn't know how to put the car seat in there. And then I'm like so upset because I'm like, God, this is my new employee's literally first day, and I had to send her off on her own. Like, what the hell? Like, I told him I needed him to be home. So he pulls up, and I'm crying. Trying to like put the baby in the car seat and put the car seat together. And then he tries to come and help me. And I told him, I'm crying. I'm like, stay away from me. Stay away from me. He has this look on his face, and then he just walked away. So I figured it out and then drove, the baby to my parents' house and then went and did what I needed to do to go meet up with my new employee. To be continued. At this time, still is just working on his businesses, and he wanted to. He started a t-shirt company, not a t-shirt company, but he was getting into wanting to do speaking. I think at this time because yes, okay. So he ends up going through this program online for to become you guys know that show on Apple TV with Harrison Ford and then that other comedian, I think his name is Jason, I think. I'm bad with names. And Shrinking. Oh my God, that show is hilarious. He was watching that and then he gets the idea that he wants to be like a psychotherapist. So the thing about Byron is he said that TV raised him, is what he told me. He said TV raised him, and he would basically, like that show, This Is Us, that was like his show. That was like his show, and he was like, I'm Jack. I'm Jack. And I'm thinking, or he'd be like, oh, I'm Randall. And it's like, Randall worked his butt off for his family, worked very hard. You're definitely not Randall, and you're not Jack either. So that's when he decided he wanted to be a psychotherapist. So he was taking these courses, and he didn't tell me about it until after. And he's using his own money for this. Because remind, he gets these disability military checks, and at this time he was able to get 80%, so it was like $2,100 a month. So so he shows me his certificate, and I'm like, oh wow, when did you do this? He's like, well, I did it online. I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, it was hard. It was hard, but I did it, and I was able to get this within a week. And I'm thinking, what kind of program allows you to be practicing therapy online and you literally did it within a week? Him not helping me, I was becoming depressed. I was literally becoming depressed and emotionally withdrawn. And I'm like, I can't emotionally be withdrawn because that's going to affect my baby. So I'm like, I need to, get help with this. I told him, I said, can you make a session so that way you can possibly get more disability, because you won't work. I was like, maybe, I don't know, maybe the therapist can, test you or whatnot, whatever it is that they do, and see if you can get more disability, because if you got 100%, then it would be like $4,000. So that would oh my God, it would help me so much with, paying bills. That was fine, I guess, because, my son is my son, but then I started taking care of his daughter, and he still wouldn't go get a job. And I mean, yes, I'm going to take care of her on my own, but again, she's still not my responsibility, though. She's your responsibility.
Now, Millie, this is when I'm going to have to let you have it a little bit, baby. Okay? Let me let the video play.
My son is my responsibility. But, she was his responsibility. So therefore you should help. Why am I doing everything?
And this is when I have to, of course, insert my side eye, not the lazy eye, but my side eye, because she's not your responsibility, meaning Samantha's daughter. But at the same time, when we fast forward to the future, you helped him get custody of his daughter when he was not even helping you with his daughter when you guys were getting her for the summer. So I'm just a little confused, unless she's speaking about them having custody of her, because they're jumping back and forth when it comes to this timeline, regardless if it was a Christmas break, a summer break, or forever, because he right now has custody. She is now your responsibility because you stood by him as his woman and you got into them people's business. So in this next part, I'm going to summarize it. She's letting us know how Byron came to her and said, let's move to Georgia. He feels like it'll be cheaper. The groceries are cheaper. And he wants to become a motivational speaker. So all of his mentors are pretty much all in Georgia. She said to him that they can only move to Georgia if they save $20K. She said she knew it was impossible because he's not helping with anything, pretty much in a nutshell. And their monthly bills are $10,000 a month right now in California. So she knew that the $20K savings was not going to happen because he's not helping with anything. So what happens is she starts to tell us about how she doesn't really like Georgia. And Millie tells us that she was a beard before, beard as in BEARD, to two different men. So let's get into this.
And I was also concerned because I've been used as a beard twice. And if you guys know what that is, because I'm not going to explain it, just know that that has happened to me. And I felt like I would be more of a target because have you all met me? Have you guys met me? You know what I mean? Like I would be more of a target if I lived out there. So I was, no. But I already have my man. So yeah, I could move to Georgia. You know, we could, you know, make something happen. I mean, I haven't touched on it because I mean, the story is complex. The story is delicate, but there's a whole nother part that, we ended up getting temporary custody of his daughter. And that happened on Christmas Day, December of 2022 is when that happened. And I'm not going to speak on it because there's currently an open case. So I can't speak on it at all. Mistakes were definitely made. It's complex because there's a lot of manipulation at play. If anyone who is adverse in narcissism and knows like the ins and outs of how they operate and why having children around ones that are, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to bear with me. Children that are around ones that are extremely toxic. And I'm not talking about narcissistic traits. I'm talking about narcissistic personality disorder. And I'm actually going to tag Lee Hammock on this one because I did speak to him after the fact, and I'll talk about that a little bit later on. But you have to be careful. And there's just a lot of things at play. So also abuse, narcissistic abuse. I was in a narcissistic abusive relationship. Okay. So with that said, not everything is as it seems. And then he talks about how great of a dad he is. But I mean, how great of a dad are you? No other children are in your life but one. You've never raised your daughter on your own. Anytime she came to visit anybody, there was always a woman involved. You were living with a woman every single time. They were taking care of her. What money were you spending taking care of her? Even now, you have a woman in the house. Like, there is never a time that she has not been taken care of by just you and you alone. No, it's always been a female. So you can't say that you're a great dad when you don't take care of your kids at all. You pawn them off on having women taking care of them. And then why? It's weird. Like, how is it just this one, but there's no other kids involved in your life at all? I mean, I know why for that particular situation. I get it. Like, I know exactly what happened, but not everything is as it seems at all. It's not even a little bit. On the surface, it's shown, ha ha ha, the front is this, but in the background, what's really going on is just pure manipulation. The entire thing, it all is manipulation. And that's the sad part. None of it is genuine. None of it is real. And I will speak on the things that I saw in our household.
Can y'all hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. I don't know what the hell has been going on with my internet lately, but it is pissing me clean off. Let me know if you can hear me, sugars. I don't know if you can or not. Oh, I mean, it is pissing me and the homegirls off. You can hear me. Okay, good. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, good. I don't know what's going on. And I hear a lot, but that I don't know what's going on. I hear a lot of people. Well, no, this is not connected to my provider. This is connected to a different one. I'm on my work computer. Give me a second, y'all. So I don't know what's going on. Give me a moment. I'm so sorry. Because I would like to really get done with this so that when we go live tomorrow, that will be the last part. We're going to get down to when she left him. She hasn't been with him for over 2 years, I believe. Well, for 2 years. But give me a second, y'all. Oh, my goodness. I had a feeling that it was frozen, but I'm like, maybe it's my computer, but I could still hear the audio at the same time. So just bear with me really quick, y'all, to see. I can't even find the, let me see, stop sharing. All right. Is the couch back on the screen for you all? Okay, you can still hear her talking. Okay. And welcome on in, everybody. Hey, April B, baby, Diddy's baby oil. How y'all doing? Welcome on in, sugars. If I didn't speak to you, y'all know, don't take it personal, baby. I got a lot going on over here. I'm working at the same time and, trying to get videos done so that we can close out this live tomorrow because I feel like I'm missing out on other things as well out there. So give me 1 second. Oh, I can't even get the video back up. All right, so hold on, y'all. Because my assignment I was working on also froze as well. So I gotta close this out. Okay, so device not connected. Do y'all still hear me? The frozen pic is, let me get him up. Do y'all just see the couch right now? Okay, you can still hear me. Cool. Okay, you can see the couch. Cool. All right, so let me try to get her back up. Thank you, y'all. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. And I've been seeing that a lot of people, I don't know if the people, is it Comcast? Because this internet is Comcast. Is there an issue with Comcast lately cutting out when people are on the YouTube? Because it's like, what is going on? What is this here? April 16. Up until, okay, we already have that. And I have to step away for 1 second. So when we do get it back up, hopefully we will not have to worry about having any issues when I step away for a second, because I'm just going to let it play. Well, I have no choice when it comes to the Comcast. This is, like I said, my internet is Verizon Fios. Like I said, I'm on my work computer right now, so I don't pay for that. That is not, I don't have any control over that. Hold on 1 second. So we gotta, that's who their carrier is for my area. Oh God. And then I don't even know what part we were on this darn video, but let's see what we can do. Let me see if I can share. All right, so let me get out of here. Okay, y'all. Let me try to share my screen again. Share screen. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Let me see.
This is how much it's going to cost. Oh, no problem. Like, everything's no problem. But then, you know that he got paid. He was just telling me, away from me, stay away from me. He has this look on his face, and then for when he got a little bit older. But then, like, I hired, like, you know, I hired someone. Yay. Like, you know, I have to. This is him calling me and telling me that on his way home. Like, I couldn't get a hold of him at all. And I hated that hair. I hated it. He put his hair before everything. Literally. He put his hair before everything. T-shirt company, not t-shirt company. So that's when he decided he wanted to be a psychotherapist. So he was like taking these courses, and he didn't tell me about it until after.
Okay, she said she knew it was impossible because he's not helping with anything. Pretty much in a nut.
Something happened. I mean, I haven't touched on it because I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I would be more of a target. There's a lot of manipulation at play of relationship. Okay. So with that said, not everything is as it seems. And then he talks about how great of a dad he is. But I mean, how great of a dad are you? No other children are in your life but one. You've never raised your daughter on your own. Anytime she came to visit anybody, there was always a woman involved. You were living with a woman every single time. They were taking care of her. What money were you spending taking care of her? Even now, you have a woman in the house. Like, there is never a time that she has not been taken care of by just you and you alone. No, it's always been a female. So you can't say that you're a great dad when you don't take care of your kids at all. You pawn them off on having women taking care of them. And then why? It's weird. Like, how is it just this one, but there's no other kids involved in your life at all? I mean, I know why for that particular situation. I get it. Like, I know exactly what happened, but not everything is as it seems at all. It's not even a little bit. On the surface, it's shown, ha ha ha, the front is this, but in the background, what's really going on is just pure manipulation. The entire thing, it all is manipulation. And that's the sad part. None of it is genuine. None of it is real. And I will speak on the things that I saw in our household that does not pertain to the case. And all I can say is that man should never be around children ever. Like, ever. There's no way. No way. I rather. Do y'all hear me? I rather ever. Not even a little bit. And he says he hates teenagers. How do you hate teenagers? I told him, I said, how do you want to be a motivational speaker to children, but yet you hate teenagers? That doesn't add up. Like, you can't help people that you don't like. Well, that's different because it's not like they're living with me. It's not like I'm taking them home. No, but you have to, if you're going to speak to children, you have to love children. You have to love them. Like, how are you going to touch their lives if you hate them? It makes zero sense. Him being who he is and wanting to be this, motivational speaker is just supply. It's just supply, being in the spotlight, just like flash mob, freaking proposal, the proposal at the dang concert. He did a video thing for my family, and I totally regret that mess. Oh my God, I totally regret that. He just got rid of all this footage, and it was something that we can't get back. And I hate that. But he was the center of attention with that too. Like, this guy, ugh. Like I said in the beginning, I don't know which video it was, some dark, dark secrets, like stuff that I just it was unfathomable to me. I couldn't even believe it. I lost my stuff after I found out, and I found out after I left him. And what is in the dark will come to light, and that's what's happening now. And there's some people out there that don't want to say anything, but someone's going to say something, because your secrets can't stay secrets for that long. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? Do you hear what I'm saying? The secrets cannot stay secrets for that long. They will get exposed one way or another. They all do. They always do. The story is very complex, and it's very delicate. And I'm just going to say that mistakes were definitely made all the way around. And there are things that I definitely 100% do not agree with. I know that you guys have to bear with me, but I know that everyone's upbringing is different. So for me, I don't cuss at my kids. I was never cussed at as a child. I was raised sheltered in a Christian household. In Oklahoma, I lived, in a predominantly white neighborhood all my life, ever since I was little, so I know that people raise their kids differently. And that's just what it is. And that also has to do with, the way that you were raised. So, that comes into play as well. But the problem is with this particular situation that there is, obviously there's a case and it's open. So there's not much that I can speak on. But I will say in this situation, you really have to understand narcissism. And I'm not talking about narcissistic characteristics, but I'm talking about narcissistic personality disorder, and what all comes with that. And there's a lot of manipulation, right? A lot. And it can and you have to think about in those situations, especially for someone who's extremely toxic, like a very toxic person with narcissistic personality disorder, and how that affects the children. So it's just very important to be really careful who your kids are around. I will say that, because it can change them at such an early age. Some kids turn out fine, some don't. Like, it can really, I mean, it really changes the trajectory of their life. It really does. You see how he just swept us off our feet. He put it down in the bedroom. He was tall. He was gorgeous. He had a nice smile. He was funny. And he wanted to be with you. He wanted to marry you. So intentional. Most men aren't like that. So you're like, oh my God, I've never felt this way before. I've never met anyone that literally was just all about me. When you've kissed so many frogs and had people play so many games, you're like, and you meet him, you feel like, oh, like God sent him to me. I prayed for a man. I prayed for him. I wrote him down in my journal. So I was determined. No one could tell me anything, because I knew that God had brought him to me. And I felt so lucky. I was like, oh my God, how is he available? Do you know what I mean? Like, how is he available? There was no way I was going to be able to let him go. Because he's mine. He's like all mine. Like, really, like, I can touch him. I can touch him and feel him. And he wants to spend time with me. And because he finds out what your love languages are. And he said, I see you. I'm impressed by you, Camille. You impress me. How many other women has he said that to? So when you guys say you saw all these red flags, but you like couldn't really see it. You were so swept away. It's called love bombing. Even though he didn't have any money and you're spending all the money, and he just had his little disability military checks, that majority of that ish needs to go to all the kids.
Can I be honest? This is just a moment of, I just want to be honest and visible right now. When I was listening to her talk, I thought to myself, well, goddamn. Now here I am yelling and screaming at her, but I had to ask myself, is there something wrong with me because I don't trust a damn soul? Now, being honest with you, when I was listening to her say all of these things, I'm like, damn. I literally sat here and thought about all of my, relationships, situationships, just me and my interaction with people. And I'm like, is that healthy to be on guard with everybody? I mean, with everyone. And not on purpose, not on some like, I got my eye on you, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, let me start a file cabinet just in case you fuck around and try to, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, God damn. I don't know what it feels like to trust like that, right? I told y'all a lot of my relationships, I had no business being in most of them, all of them, as a matter of fact, to be quite honest with you. And it has everything to do with, I don't know. I just was like, I don't know what this feels like. I don't know what it feels like. And I don't want to, because in case it is a problem for me to feel this way, because I know there's things that I've dealt with. Everybody's upbringing is different. Everybody has a different upbringing. And I am rough around the edges. I'm rough around the edges. And I just don't I don't even trust the turn signals on the car in front of me and my rear camera in my car. Like I'm still gonna look back. I don't trust if you turn and left or right. I'm still going to be careful because I don't know if you accidentally put on your turn signal or not in front of me. Like, I'm like, do I need to go sit on the couch again? Because I already went to therapy for one thing, well, a few things, but do I need to go back? So is there anybody out there, if you're in love with your husband or if you're in love with your wife, do you trust them? Like, did you meet that person and did you feel the way she's describing about your significant other? Or was there a love in your life that you had butterflies and you were just like, oh my God, he's the one, she's the one. And you just went in all willy-nilly. Like I said, every last situation that I was in, when I fucked around and found out when I was being stupid, it was my choice. Because I had no business being with that person and I knew it each and every time. I did it more than once, each and every time. Majority of my relationships, no business being in them whatsoever. So I want to know that, are there people out there who feel this way? You know, husband says, we have all been fools for love, sometimes more than others. Right, but have you ever been to the point where, I mean, there has to be someone in this chat in love right now. I'm not a single woman. No, I'm not. But like I said, I don't trust people. I'm just being honest with you. I feel like we're humans. And I want to know what does this feel like? Is there something wrong with me? And I didn't mean to get on my soapbox, but I'm just being honest with you. When you listen to somebody tell a story or tell a situation, even if you don't agree with what they're saying, just that, like I said, just this little clip right here, I'm like, God damn, am I a little hard on the inside? Am I hard on the inside that I don't trust anything? Like, is that something I now need to work through? What does that feel like? I feel like you can be in love. Yes, I've been in love. Yes, I love my man. But at the same time, he's a human. He's a human being. So I don't know. So, I mean, if you want, you don't have to tell your business if you don't want to. But for those of you, like I said, that are happily married, or you're in a relationship, you're happy, is this how you feel about the person? I just want to know. So yeah, not me listening to this story time like, damn, am I just like a hard type of, am I a hard bitch? Do I need to find out what's going on? Now I know I might know like 70% of why I feel like this. There's like 70% of me is like, well, girl, you know why, and it has everything to do with how I came up. But I'm just like, ooh, girl. So let's let Millie be in La La Land with the fraudulent man and tell us what's going on, baby. Now you got me questioning, well, what does that feel like? Maybe somebody else in the chat can say that they had that same experience and it worked out for them. Because when you go through still hear me? Oh, she's back. Okay. I don't know what the hell's going on with this computer, but it's embarrassing me and my homegirls.
Because let me tell you, no one has seen any money. And if they have, it's been random. Okay. And some haven't even filed child support. A lot of them have not. So I hope this sheds some light on how was he able to do this to you guys? Like, really? Is it good dangling? It was more than just the dangling. You need more than dangling to have this many women fall in love with you. I mean, the last best friend. And then we're talking about PK Mackey. So I met, we call her PK Mackey. I met PK. She's a comedian. And Byron had told me that he didn't have any female friends. And so I was like, okay, but you have PK. And he was like, yeah, but she's basically like the homie, right? I'm like, okay, but I can't have male friends. I can have
Hey,
my male
TD
friends, but you
Will.
can have your one female friend. Okay. They talk on the phone all the time. When I'd be out of town, I would look at the Furbo camera just to check and see what he's doing. And sometimes she would come over because she was, well, he didn't really like to be by himself. That's the one thing I noticed about him. He does not like to be by himself at all. I can only imagine what kind of demons he has to deal with on a daily basis.
So this is PK Mackey. This is the one who exposed him, his ex-best friend. She would come over. I just wanted to put a visual. She was coming over. Yeah, this was his friend. So just because she likes girls, you know, that means nothing. And I haven't brought her up on the screen before. Let's put Paige up on right here. So here's Paige with her, you know, with her braids and her vest and her Chicago Bulls ball cap. I still see a pretty girl. I don't see no bro here. This is not a bro, all right? But she's spending time with her bro, but he doesn't see her that way. He don't see her that way. He sees tits and ass. That's what he's seeing. I'm sorry, I got to keep bringing that up because y'all got to be careful out here with these ninjas. Just because you like a little bit of lady pond, just because you like to swim in the lady pond, don't make you safe around these ninjas. Okay, it does not.
So, she would come over just keeping company or whatnot, and so, yeah, they talked all the time, and then just one day he said, what did he say? I don't remember what he said, actually. She's not going to know this part, but he basically told me that they weren't talking anymore. Now, this is the last friend that he has. He literally doesn't have, my hair in here. He literally doesn't have any other friends except for the ones now out of state. So the baby's birthday party, where are we at? So I threw Neo and Elmo a birthday party, and Byron loves to do Elmo voices. I'm going to attach that at the end of this. So
we did listen to PK Mackey tell us what happened with the friendship towards the end of the live yesterday when we played the audio from that. Hey, TD Will, baby, welcome on in. Hello to Val Baby's non-wet booty and a full pocket and a full pocketbook. Michael Mack, did I say hello to you, baby? Welcome on in. Okay, let's finish because we only have a little bit to go with her. With this video right here.
He can do Elmo's voice, and I was like, okay, I'm going to buy you a costume. So I had to go online, and I found a costume that would fit him. So day of the party, of course, I planned everything. I'm paying for everything. He literally never, ever, ever, ever has spent a dime on the baby. Not at all. He didn't help me pay for when I had to, whatever my fee was for the hospital, for being in the hospital. He didn't help contribute towards that. He never bought diapers ever. I would have to give him my credit card for him to buy diapers. One time he did buy a 3-piece outfit from like Marshalls or TJ Maxx for him. And he goes, babe, look at what I bought. Like super proud of himself. And I was just like, oh, that's cute. But other than that, he's never, ever, ever bought him anything. So I gave him money, like $150 for pizzas. So his job was to get the pizzas, bring the Elmo costume, and, come to the party. So I'm there at like 7 a.m. at the park to get like our spot. And my family is helping me break everything down. Set everything up. So setting everything up, it all looks great. All the guests are there. We're talking about an hour and a half, 2 hours into the party. The party is only 3 hours long, right? It's a little kids party. So I think maybe I did 4 hours. It was from like 10:30 to like 2. So he shows up basically like at 1 o'clock. with it because I'm like, where are you? Everyone's hungry. Like, you need to get here. And so everyone was just kind of snacking on everything that I had prepared. And so he finally got there after everybody else. Everybody else was already there, and then he finally got there. So we're all eating, and then I'm like, okay, well, some people have to leave, and they've been waiting for Elmo. So I need you to like get into the costume. Yeah, do the Elmo voice. Right here. Do the Elmo voice.
Now, who is this? Millie, baby, where'd you get that from? Because hold on a second, baby. Where'd you get that from? Millie, baby, where did you because you said you had to find a costume that fit him, baby. Well, where did you find this at? Who is this, y'all? I'm sorry. Hold on. Is this Elmo, y'all, or who? Honey, hey now. Who is this? Who is this, honey? I can't breathe. Millie, welcome on in, baby. Welcome in. Welcome Millie into the chat, baby. Listen, honey. I told you don't come in here, baby, because we're talking about you. We're talking about you in here, honey. Baby, where you get this from? I'm trying my best. Okay. Welcome in, Sugar. How are you? Oh my God. I don't even know how I can continue. I don't even know how I can continue this live because even when I was putting the video together, I couldn't stop laughing. Oh my God. And I heard her say something about sewing the eyes together or gluing the eyes together. I'm like, baby, it's still, who is it? What's going on? Well, thank you for joining us, Millie, baby. We do keep it real around here, Sugar. So I'm glad that you still feel welcome, honey. Okay. Because baby, honey, we be over here acting up a little bit and child. Oh my God, on today. So let's get on into what are we gonna call him? Elmer. This is Elmer. All right. Them babies don't know. Them babies thought, this is a baby's party. He didn't know if it was Elmo or not, right? So it's all about the oh my God. Okay, so let's get into Byron now getting into his Elmo voice. And I know that there people have a talent, right? And he's an actor, but see, this just goes to show how he can get in and out of character. All right. So let's get into this. Yes, Elmo. I like that. So let's get into Elmo. All right, but hell, Millie been paying for every damn thing, and he's been living a soft, bad bitch type of life. So he got to do something. So get into your Elmo mode. So let's see what we got here.
Good morning, everyone. I just want to say thank you for bearing with me. I know that, I followed all of Risa Tisa's story. And the crazy thing is, I had so many people reach out to me asking me if it was Byron. And I was like, no, because remember when she said that Legion said that he was living in San Diego at some point, and because Byron was in the military. So they thought that it was the same person, but I was like, no, because he was never, well, he was in Atlanta when his oldest son was little, but he hadn't been back since. So
question. So for those of you who followed the Risa Tisa story, when we compare Legion to Byron, in my opinion, Legion is light work. Legion was definitely batshit crazy. Yeah, they definitely can be kinfolk for sure. But Legion was batshit crazy, but he paid his way. He did pay his way. Now, he did lie about where he was working. He did lie about where he was working. Okay. But he did pay all of her bills. Risa let that be known. He paid his way. He paid his way. Now, I got on Risa's ass too on my personal Instagram when that all came out, because towards the end, I just felt like I get it. Well, we ain't gonna get it because we ain't here talking about Risa Tisa right now, baby. But listen, I feel like Byron they definitely can be kinfolk, they definitely can be cousins or brothers, but Legion paid. Legion scammed his way through life, had his paperwork in his backpack, told lies, had people, put people down there at the funeral home. And this was during the pandemic as well. The scammers were loose during the pandemic. Baby, Legion did have Legion did have that woman looking at them houses, baby. They was picking out furniture and appliances. But Diddy's baby oil said Byron makes no effort. He's worse than me. But Legion was paying the bills. Legion was paying the bills. Yeah. Legion is definitely more comparable to Erica and Nesto. That is a good comparison for sure. But Legion was paying bills. Paying bills, baby. He was paying bills. Thank you so much, the Duchess, baby. Oh my God. So, all right, let's continue because we're almost finished. Lord have mercy.
I know, it was so crazy. They're like, you need to do a Risa Tisa story. And I was just like, no. But she had an amazing job narrating. She really did. The difference for me is like, one, I didn't journal anything after the fact. My therapist told me to, and I started to, but then I had to stop. So this is literally like almost like a video diary for me. And it is very healing because as I'm telling you guys these stories and I'm doing it as I go, that way things kind of just pop in my head and I start having like these realizations and again, like corrective memory. So things are triggering, but it's definitely like helping. It really is. It's definitely helping. At least I know that it wasn't me, like I'm not crazy. The gaslighting is wild. They literally make you feel like you're losing your mind, and then you can't think clearly. And then it causes, brain fog. And it's very damaging mentally. It is. I'm just happy I only was there for 2.5 years. Things started slipping now because at this time, after the baby's birthday, yeah, like after he stopped being friends with PK and then you see the baby's birthday, it's like he was becoming unhinged.
Baby, to be quite honest with you, he was unhinged when he told you his name was Caleb. That's when he was unhinged, when he couldn't even give you the right name. All right. But like I said, we're here to see the story from the beginning to the middle to the end. But baby, you had it, and your mama told you. Mom and them told you. Hey, that one right there. But once again, we're processing everything. We're processing the story. We're telling the story. We didn't plan on coming out telling all of this. So I get all of that. But I must raise my hand and say, Baby, when you found out his name was not Caleb, that's when we, But again, everybody has to go through their bullshit when it comes to these men and these women. But my God on today, my God on today, where is the my God on today? Or maybe tomorrow, font at my God on today, or maybe tomorrow. Okay, so let's finish this out. I keep saying that, but every time, sometimes I'm like, girl, what?
And every time we did anything fun, he would have an attitude. Like, we can't just go to the movies without him having an attitude on the way. And it would ruin our whole movie day when he would do that. He's like, we always miss the commercials or the previews. We always miss the previews. And I'm thinking, because you're taking forever to get ready. Why are you blaming it on everyone else? We're all ready and we're waiting on you. And that's why we miss the preview. It's like, and then he would just yell at his daughter. So this video, I'm going to talk about the things that I saw, how his interactions are with her. And it was very concerning.
He wanted to see the previews because he probably wanted to see which character he was going to play next, or which personality he would get in and out of. Which personality am I going to, go with next? Because most of us, we don't. Do y'all want to see previews when you go to the movies? Because I'm one of those people, well, they're going to play like 15 to 20 minutes worth of previews. We're not late. But he wanted to see the previews because he's trying to think of the next mental scam, and which character he can go into next. He's just like Nesto. He is a walking Halloween costume. It's Halloween 365 days a year for brother, for Mr. What's his name here? Let me see. What is his name? For Mr. Oh, where is it? What's his name?
Bring up Byron. You was a trifling ass father, Byron.
So there's that.
For me. And my family also had to chime in. They really did. About how mean he was to her, the way that he talked to her. So again, I can't talk about certain things because they do have a case, but there are things that I would be asking her because it wasn't lining up for the reasons why we ended up getting her. And these things were not adding up. And I would ask many questions, and then she would say no. But then like a week later, she would come up with some story that tied into the question that I asked her. And there was absolutely no details at all. And this is when I started to suspect that I had made a mistake. And that not everything was as it seemed.
So my question is this, and I think somebody else asked this question earlier. With you realizing you made a mistake, what do you do now that Samantha is fighting to get her daughter back? How can you help with that? Do you have proof for certain things? Like, I know you can't probably say but so much because everything is still open, but where do you come into this matter to help Samantha? How do you help this situation where you seeing things firsthand? You've said that he's not safe around children. You said the way he was talking to his daughter, PK Mackey mentioned the way he was talking and speaking to his daughter. You said you noticed a change in her behavior. You're saying now that you're starting to realize, now that you all have custody, that everything that he's been saying was not the truth. I wouldn't be surprised if he had different little bugs throughout the house to hear you speaking with his child, so that when it was time for her to answer you and go back over it again. Now she has a story all of a sudden, but like you said, there would be no detail because she's just a child. We can't keep up but with so much as a child when someone is feeding us a bunch of lies and a story. So manipulating us. He manipulates everybody, obviously. So this is a lot. This is a lot for sure. So yes, how do you are you able to help Samantha with this situation? I don't know, because he's in another state now. This is crazy.
And I'm going to have to just leave it at that. So I'm sorry, we're getting into it. And yes.
Millie, baby, I didn't know you were still here. If you want to answer in the comments once the live ends, you can do that, because I think you said you were on your way to work or you were driving. We want to make sure everybody is definitely safe. But if you want to answer in the comments once the live is over and we can all gather down there, we can definitely do that. But I don't want you to, you know what I mean? Because we might have another question and you might decide, you know what, these heifers. So you can either do it here in the chat, or you can just wait until the live is over and you can drop down in the comments, and let us know, if you want to, baby. We do want to know, baby. We're going to ask the hard questions. And I know you can't say but so much because everything is still very much open and active. My God.
The way that he interacted with his daughter. I do have a little bit of ADD. So you guys. So thank you for those that noticed. Okay, so this has been hard, but I'm getting through it. There would be times that she would want to hug him or hold his hand, and he was just very uncomfortable to the point where he would pry her off of him. And every night she would be like, "I love you, Daddy. I love you," and he would not say it back to her. He would not. And I had to ask him, I said, why do you do that? Why don't you say you love her back? And he was just saying, well, she's too clingy. Or when he would pry her off, she's too clingy. She just wants to cuddle with him and be with her daddy, right? Because again, he would only see her a couple times a year.
An author down to the Amazon.com and the Kindle saying that his own child that he fought to get custody of is too clingy. See, we got to be more careful. We have to be more careful. Hey, the Duchess, Stacy, that first twin, baby. How you doing? Shay B, hello, baby. I'm sorry if I didn't speak to y'all. Nola 504, hey, baby. TD Will, I don't know if you heard me speak to you, baby, when I was yelling through the audio. Hello, and welcome in. Nappy John Dia, hey, baby, welcome on in. How are you? Oh, Lord have mercy. This is a man speaking in schools, calling himself a motivational speaker for teens. This is scary times, scary times. And hopefully this has gone viral enough. I don't think it has. I don't think it has traction. It has movement, but I don't believe this is viral enough. If you go to Facebook, there's not really a lot going on Facebook. People talk about it here on YouTube, but not, you know what I mean? You know how things go when it's viral on the TikTok. We're on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. There's no reason why he is standing on the stage of anybody's school, interacting with anybody's student, anyone's child, if this is how he carries himself. If he's not taking care of his other children, if he has a 6-figure child support situation going for these different children that he got, I don't know if he got 6 or 7, whatever. There's just no way. No way. Come on now. In your schools. And now, with them exposing him, now you can look, if you live in the Georgia area, or like he says, he goes state to state, he's international, baby. Now you got to pay attention. Is Byron going to be speaking at my son's junior high today or at my high school today for my child? Oh, absolutely not. It's just as crazy.
And that's only when the girlfriend would fly her out. Every time she came to visit us, I flew her out. He never paid for a ticket, never reimbursed me, never said, hey, no, never. And it was more so me planning it. Okay, me planning her visit. So when she would say, I love you, and he wouldn't say it back, especially at night, she would just get upset. I mean, I just saw her little heart was just breaking. And so I always told her, I love you. Always told her, I love you. Always said goodnight, always gave her hugs. During that time, she's very smart. She's very, very smart. And so her grades improved and we would help her with her homework. So she would come home and I'm like, okay, do you have any tests? And mind you, I'm working and he's home. And this is me coming home from work, grabbing the baby from my parents' house, right? Because my parents were watching him. My parents were watching him all the time while I was working. And I appreciate them because I couldn't afford, I can't afford, to have someone watch him, a daycare or whatever. And I wasn't comfortable doing that either. He was still a baby. So,
now, was this ninja home? I think you said he was, baby. Was this ninja home while you were down at the workhouse and you still had to take I believe you said that he didn't want anything to do with the baby, as far as spending time with the baby, sitting with the baby. Baby, what had happened? It seems like he doesn't like children. Okay, I'll watch when we end this live, Millie. My last live for tomorrow. I'm going to wrap this up, baby. I got to wrap it up because this is what are we on? Part 5 or 6? So tomorrow I plan on, listening to the rest of the videos while I finish off my work day once I end this live. And then I'm going to, edit and, blend some videos together so we can get to the end part of when you left him. So I'll go to that video, play that one. It's the serious video. Okay, baby. Thank you for letting us know. And hey, thank you for hanging out with us. Because baby, we rough around here, baby. We rough in the dollhouse. Yes, we are, honey. We are dolls, but sometimes we be mean. Sometimes we mean a little bit. Hold on here. Let me go ahead and hit this play button because we're almost finished with this, y'all. Lord have mercy.
Even though he's one, I still wasn't comfortable yet. So we would help her with her homework. Well, I would help her with her homework, and then I'd have to tell him to do it. I'm like, okay, do we have flashcards? I do really well with flashcards. I'm a visual learner, and that's the only way that I did well with tests. And I have to have colors. So I have to do flashcards in different colors, and I have a really good memory when I do it that way. And then I forget everything afterwards. So we would do flashcards and write down the test questions, right? Old school, what we did when I was in school. So I'm like, hey, you need to help her study for her tests. And so that's probably the only time that he did that. And she was so proud of herself when she got her grades back. And she's like, Camille, look. And she was like, I got an A. And so I told her, I said, for every A you get $1, because that's what my mom did with me. For every A that I got $1. So they have a goal, right? They're excited. So, that's how she earned her little allowance, was through good grades. And the whole prying her off of him when she was hugging him. And then he goes, when I asked him about that, he said, well, I don't want her to think that she's my woman.
What? What? Oh, wow. What? I got to listen to that again. Because what? Byron? What the fuck?
Prying her off of him when she was hugging him. And then he goes, when I asked him about that, he said, well, I don't want her to think that she's my woman.
We're not on mute. I'm at a loss for words. I just, yuck. Yikes. What? Third time is a charm. But sometimes, and I do cleanse, baby. I like the witch hazel, alcohol, baby. I exfoliate. I clean my ears. They say you're not supposed to use Q-tips. I do. Okay. But I just want to let me run this back again. What? Maybe I didn't hear it.
So, that's how she earned her little allowance, was through good grades. And the whole prying her off of him when she was hugging him. And then he goes, when I asked him about that, he said, well, I don't want her to think that she's my woman. What? She's your daughter. What do you mean she's your woman?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know what to say to that. I'm going to be honest with you. I am so... What? I mean, you know what? Here's the thing. When I hear something like that, it makes me feel like, are you a man that does not have any control when it comes to, now see, that's, and I don't like you get what I'm saying? I don't want to sexualize everything. You get what I mean? But what do you mean you don't want her to think that she's your woman? Do you not know the difference? So does that mean, Patty, you said it. TD Will, you said it. Stacy, that first one. You get where I don't want to go, but where I'm going with this? So Millie lets us know that, to be honest with you guys, I know all of the mistakes that I made. You know how stupid I was. But I think I was meant to go through this to expose him and to protect the children because of it. Because of it. So we have to definitely get to the end of the story for sure. Yikes. Whew. Shit. I have something to say, but can't put. Yeah, Butterfly. It's just. I'm gonna just highlight this here. Byron has. I'm just highlighting a few comments because, you know what I mean. I try not to put everybody there, but it's just like that doesn't. Do you not know the difference between? Okay, Leah, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. It would have been, I think that it was before the split up. Diddy's baby oil. I think it was before the split up and before they got, I don't know. She would have to definitely answer that for sure. I don't know. I'm so thrown back by the previous audio we just listened to. Diddy's baby. Look, I'm stuttering. You know, when I start stuttering, y'all, I'm just coming fresh off of a bunch of screenshots and downloading from another story that we didn't start from Facebook about the guy and his girlfriend. You know, I told y'all about the preview about that a week ago. So I could just hearing that, I'm just like, here we go. Here we fucking go. When it comes to these creepy ass perverted men. And I'm like, is this his story as well, Byron? Like, does he not have control over himself? It would have been someone else, as he talked about for years and years with everyone, that he was going to get her. True. It would have been another woman. You're right. It would have been somebody else. If it wasn't you, it would have been somebody else. Oh, hey, let's talk about it. How are you, baby? Millie lets us know that no, he did not want to be with his child. He would complain. He didn't want to watch him. Of course, people are going to, and me included, I do feel some type of way about the participation with that as a mother, because I feel like as women, we have to definitely be careful when we're not minding our business, when there is another woman involved, meaning the biological mother for sure. Even if we see things as the fiance, the wife, or whatever role that you play in that man's life, whenever we do see things that we're like, we might not agree with how the mom is sending the bag over for the child, or what's packed in the bag, or some of the habits and the behavior of the child, or some of the things that the child repeats that's going on at home. I get all of that, but we have to be so careful and mindful of that. But that's the mother in me speaking. I don't know how I would operate as far as me not, baby, I didn't have a child since I was 21. So I've always been operating in this mode, like, no, I want to always respect the actual mother and make sure. I just never had these issues is what I'm trying to say. I just, it's a lot. It is a lot. I need some of y'all's help. The insight is helpful. As long as you see it as helpful and not disrespectful. Like I said, we are, some of us are harsh and we don't beat around the bush around here. We don't beat around the bush, and that's expected, right? But we're just praying that the outcome makes all of this worth it for sure. That's what we want to do. I don't want to gaslight you. You done been through enough people manipulating you, baby. I don't want to gaslight you because you're in the chat like, oh, hey, Millie girl, what's going on, girl? That's fucked up what he did. Because like I said, on my first part, oh, baby, I wasn't here for it until I started listening some more. And I'm just like, okay, ease back. You have to realize people have different lifestyles. People come up different. But baby, what we do here at the Dollhouse is keep it real and authentic. Some of us, like I said, some of us are a little rough around the edges, but we try to keep, be mindful. Some, depends on what's going on. It depends on what's going on. Miss Boogie Down, welcome on in, baby. The engagement swindler. Please stop referring to yourself as stupid. There is a difference in being stupid and willfully ignorant. He sold you a dream and you stayed entirely too long. My question is this. So when it comes to how we may feel about what went on with Millie, and Millie's not the only one, okay? Samantha, Millie, Paige, Van, remember, he left them. The only person that left him in this story that we know of, because we haven't heard from a couple of the women. We haven't heard from the first wife or the second wife that had to get her marriage annulled. We're just hearing from the ex-best friend, PK Mackey, Samantha, and Paige, which, like I said, she told her story in 2021, and Millie. My question for somebody in the chat, if you dealt with a husband or a wife, because we don't all talk to boys. Some of us like a little gal. Some of us like girls in here. What is your opinion if you dealt with a man or a woman who was a narc and not the traits, but narcissistic, personality disorder? What do you have to say about all of this? And the storytelling, let's not call it storytelling. We're processing this, we're blurting things out, and we're hitting the upload button. We're not thinking to edit it. We're not thinking to protect it. We're doing this with no shame. We're letting it all out. If you were in this situation before, when it comes to dealing with a man who's manipulating you and putting you through, even if you ignored the red flags and all of the above. How do you see this situation? And let me finish playing this. Don't answer me yet. Don't answer me yet, please, because y'all know I get behind in the comments. Let me finish out her video and then I'll come to the comments. I don't want to get too behind in the comments. Can y'all pause that for 1 second if you don't mind, sugars?
That was very strange to me. I've never heard it. Who would say that? What is that? Right? Like, what is that? It was very confusing to me. Extremely confusing. And it's after the fact that I've left him and I realized what was happening, I realized that everything for him, he doesn't know how to separate. He doesn't know how to have like a genuine and innocent love. And there's a little bit more to that too, but I don't want to say that. I can't say that, but there's a little bit more to that too, but I'm just going to say that he doesn't know how to have an unconditional, just genuine, just a love for her. And he would not hold her hand. Yeah, I'm going to post that too, actually. Just genuine, just a love for her. And he would not hold her hand.
So I'm going to hit the pause on that. Look at how his hand is not closed. His hand is opened. His hand is open. She's forcing her hand into her father's hand, wanting some type of affection. He's not going. He's not going. Now, you know, I've been giving out a bad opinion since 1978. I feel like there are certain nuggets being dropped for the sake of everything that's going on that can't be said because everything is still active and open. Just to sort of like, I can't say it, but let me drop a few things here and there. I don't know, y'all. This is...
Yeah, I'm going to post that too, actually. And cover up her face. He would not hold her hand. And again, he said because she was too clingy.
Okay, well, yikes. Jesus. So now that we see this right here, we got this right here. Y'all see this right here? With this being said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to not say anything else, and I'm going to wait until I get to the end of the story, because there's so many things that I can say, right? There's so many questions that I have. I have the hard questions. And, you know, this is a small channel for Millie to be over here visiting us and, you know, hanging out with us, listening to us critique and ask the hard questions. She's not offended by it. You know, I am going to remain respectful, right? And I guess I have an assignment to do after we end this live. I have to go finish all of the videos and get into what happened. She told me which video to go to, but I'm going to go to that after I watch a few more just to see, you know, it's something about all the details. Now that we have a few nuggets of him not wanting to hug his daughter, him comparing his daughter to her not being his woman because she wants to hug and embrace, which is very weird and strange and suspicious. I just want to listen to the rest of it. And then when we come together tomorrow, we will definitely, you know, wrap this up and bring it all in. And I have a feeling that we will meet again after we find out. And I'm just going to claim Samantha's victory getting his daughter back right now. I don't know if you're still in here or not, Millie. Quick question for you, baby. I did jump ahead based off of some of the some of the captions when you're scrolling the feed on TikTok. And you said that out of the blue one day you seen her walking to school and you had no idea where she was coming from, and you seen her walking to school and you got a chance to talk to her and hug her. Is this after? Was this like fresh after you left him, or was this like, because this had to be before he went to Georgia. So was this after this? Where's the comment at? Let me go back. Was this after this situation right here on the screen about the CPS and police, or was this before? Attorney was hired after the first court hearing. I didn't pay for anything until then. Okay. This is a sad story. It's unfortunate that it's now here. It's unfortunate that it's here. I just, here's the thing. I think this hits different because sometimes when we talk about a situation, or when we're on, different blogs, and when we're speculating and putting things together, I think it hits different when you have the actual person that's telling the story and putting out the content for people to listen, dissect, and to process the things. It's different when you have the person actually telling you and answering the questions and saying, no, it's this, it's that. So this is not us speculating. This is someone, we're talking to the storyteller. She said it's her video diary. She didn't even know what story time was, but we're actually talking to Millie herself, and she's letting us know what's going on. She's letting us know what's going on. Not everything, but you know what I mean? It's just, it hits different because it's like, well, we can't speculate anymore. She's telling us, well, it's this, it's that. And we're getting it from the horse's mouth pretty much. Hello, everyone. Been in the bushes. I watched all of the videos and I apologize for judging Millie. Abuse is in different forms. Rainbow, I'm sure she will appreciate that, baby. Thank you so much. I touch and agree. Amen. Okay, my son is 28 and I'm going to go hug him. Right. Stacy, that first twin, oh God. My daughter and I still hug and kiss on the cheek, and she's 34. It's a lot. It's a lot. And shout out to Millie for joining us. Like I said, there's so many channels to join and to hang out with and, drop down in. I appreciate you for sure for dropping down in the chat to hang out with us and to clarify some things. She was in my comments last night. There's still a couple of comments that I have to respond. I have to, return, because y'all know I had to go to work 4 a.m, y'all, while I'm at, the part-time job. So I didn't get a chance to answer some of her, I didn't get a chance to respond to some of your, we were talking back and forth in the comments. So, I didn't want to overwhelm Millie. So I didn't want to be like, hey, y'all, Millie's in the comments, as far as under the lives. I didn't want to be like, hey, Millie's in the comments, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because not only that, I know that they're sharing that channel. The channel is The Engagement Swindler, and I believe they plan to collaborate on that channel to post everything that they had on TikTok over here to the YouTube. Millie, what I will advise to you, and you don't have to listen, I'm not a bigger channel yet, right? However, what I will say is YouTube does not like a TikTok logo. And if you are going to repost your content here, Millie, you may want to get this app. It is called, hold on one second, honey. This is, oh Lord, where did I go? And if you're not, hopefully, like I said, I think she was working on one of the doggies. Tick Saver Pro. This is the app you may want to get, Millie. TikTok may shadow ban your videos. YouTube may shadow ban your videos because they don't know who you are. All they see is a TikTok logo and you re-uploading the video. They're going to think you're using somebody else's content. They're going to think it's reuse of content, something you might not know about. I don't know if this is your first time on YouTube or not when it comes to uploading content. Anything with the TikTok logo, YouTube sort of like looks at that as if you're stealing content. So there's an app called Tick Saver Pro. You go get that app, and what you can actually do is copy link. You go to your video and you go to the copy link option, and then you go back to the app and hit download video. And what that's going to do is going to save your video and remove that TikTok watermark. And that, yeah, you just email me, baby. You can do that. You can email me. I'm following you also on Instagram under the same name, the Unfiltered Doll. If you feel like that's too personal of a social media page and you want to keep that private and keep your posts private and you're like, girl, I'm not going to approve you, I totally get that. But if you want to request, accept my request on Instagram, I can definitely help you there as well so that I can give you the direct link for the TikTok Saver and even like show you what you would need to do. Because like I said, YouTube is very funny acting when we're re-uploading videos from TikTok. Some people have lost their, they'll demonetize the channel and everything off over that. Like they'll let you upload, but say for instance, all of a sudden your YouTube blows up, you're going to have a problem joining into the YouTube partnership program or the Google, for the Google AdSense and all of the things. I don't know if you're monetizing this content or not, but just in case you are, yeah. So my email is, I think, sprawled across the screen. I'm going to also put it here in the chat. Well, I'll just put that all in my, everything is in my actual description or my about you. Like you can click the link and get into it so that, yes, maybe after like 9 to 10. Okay, baby. Oh, after maybe 9 to, damn. Okay. So yeah, I'm just going to finish watching everything. So yeah, Millie, you can email me, or like I said, we can do everything through Instagram. Instagram is easier for me, but maybe emailing is easier for you. Don't worry, I'm not going to screenshot your pictures from your Instagram, baby, and bring them over here because it is a private page. I do try to keep it cute. I try to keep it cute, right? And whatever is said to me in the DM is said to me. And let me know. Like I said, I will send you that direct link for the TikTok Saver app if you want me to screen record and show you exactly how it works. Because if you notice, my videos between yesterday and today are different. There is no, I don't have to zoom in on your face anymore to hide that TikTok watermark. You can just upload your videos and it'll be clean. All right. So you guys, that's all I have. Thank y'all so much. Y'all are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for allowing me to finally roll into some different content. Although this story is about to be over, we will keep it. We'll update and see what's going on as things go on, especially once we find out what's going on with Samantha after she wins her daughter back, because we are going to claim that in existence for her. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I know that when I started this channel, when I started that Nesto content, I know that that's where I get my views from. So moving forward with us starting to dive into other viral stories and sensations when it comes to relationships and dealing with these men, baby, and dealing with these women, I'm just so thankful that even if it was 10 of us in here, I'm so thankful that y'all have been here with me for 5. What is this? The 5th part? I told y'all I don't care about the views right now. It's just all about me starting something new, and I have to work hard to get to where I want to be as a content creator on this platform. So I'm just thankful for you all. I really am. And I hope you all know that. Look at me about to cry like a damn girl. Get yourself, you're a thug. Get yourself together. Millie says the manipulation of the children, like it boggles my mind how much he manipulated to the point stories are being made up. Horrible, horrible stories. Well, don't say too much, Millie, because like you said, the case is open and we want to make sure we're protecting Samantha and the baby. You know, we want to make sure we are protecting her. Now, it's okay for us to do it because we are going to speculate and, you know, have a bad opinion. But since you are actually like it's you, let's just, we're going to definitely just chill. Okay. And we don't want you to, you know, you got to be careful on the internet for sure. Whew. I promise not to ever say my life is boring again. Reefs and Muffs Mom, did I say hello to you, baby? Hi, 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 hi. Oh, thank you so much, Butterfly23. Oh, God, it's y'all, you guys, it's a lot. It's a lot. Thank you so much, Jackson Tabasco, for joining us, baby. I appreciate it. April B, hey, honey, how are you? I'm glad you're loving and that comes a lot, baby. Thank you, Jackson, because I know you be in the streets, baby, throughout the Nesto content. So I'm that's a compliment for sure. I know a lot of you who hang out with, you know, the girls, honey. So if you're enjoying this content, I'm very much appreciative and grateful. I noticed there's a lot of dolls I haven't seen, not because I'm doing new content, but before we started doing new content. And I hope you are all well. I see that some of you are still members, but I hope you are all well. I know that our one baby, I got to check up on her again. I just checked up on her recently, but I'm the type, when I'm going through something, I fall silent. So I try to be respectful if people are going through things, and I don't want to be reaching out like, hey, are you all right on some, what if they're on a YouTube break? What if they're unplugged and detoxing? Because I do that sometimes. I will unplug and I'm not on any social media. So I just want to be respectful if that's what you all have going on. But those of you who haven't dropped down in the chat in a while, I hope you're well. You don't have to come out the bushes, but I hope you're good. Okay. Husband said, thanks for helping her. She's a really nice woman. I used to be like that. Thank you for speaking up and on her behalf, husband, for sure. Because like I said, I'm rough around the edges. So some things, of course, I'm not going to understand, but I'm happy that there are some of you willing to speak up and say, hey, I was once there as well. If you heard the things she said and some of the stuff that I witnessed, but not knowing what I was looking at, things I can't, baby, I get it. You drop, I get it. I got you. We got you. We, like when you said what you said about the refusal of affection and hugs because he didn't want her to think, got it. Absolutely. Thank you for your diversity and your authentic nature. Thank you so much, Miss Boogie Down. You know, sometimes we got good days, sometimes we got bad days. All right. And this is a lot. This is a lot for sure. Juju D, hey baby, welcome on in. Husband said, we're here for you, doll. Thank you so much. I'm really enjoying this content. Thank you so much, Patty. I definitely appreciate that. Diddy's baby oil is letting Millie know, girl, you got me wanting to smoke a Newport, and I don't even smoke, but I do hope you recover from all of this foolishness. Oh yeah. Oh yes. What's the app? I requested you on what time? 12:47. I requested you on Instagram, or I'll send you the link if you email me. You know, just let me know, or I'll drop it in your DM on Instagram. But in order for you to get it, I don't know if you'll be able to click on it, or maybe you can go in there. It just depends. Like I said, if you don't want me to see your personal pictures and stuff, I know some of our social medias are private. I totally get that. But like I said, I don't move like that. I wouldn't expose anything over there. Baby, you done already showed us the baby. We done been part of we done went to the first birthday party. We didn't, baby, we was down there at the hospital when we had the baby. So you know what I'm saying? Trust and believe I'm not going to do you dirty at all. No, ma'am. Golden Pearl, hey baby, welcome on in. Very baby, yes. Take them, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a lot to learn. It's a lot to learn, and you just want to make sure you do surround yourself around people who have your best interests and not trying to gain something from it. That's the thing. People will try to gain something from you or from this situation. So like I said, I didn't even tell any of the dolls. Like I have a membership where sometimes I'm messy over there in my members, Millie, and I didn't even screenshot your comment to send in my members on some, look y'all, Millie is in the chat, to my members, right? So I'm trying to be mindful and I'm trying to respect your space is what I'm trying to say. So Shay B says this content is much needed. I agree. Okay, baby. Thank you, the engagement swindler. Thank you so much. Goodness gracious. Okay, so Miss Mad About Music. Hey, baby, welcome on in. That's all we got. Shout out to Millie again for joining us. We truly appreciate you dropping down in the chat for sure. Hopefully now, Millie, you say you Millie. Now, hopefully this ain't Byron. Because, baby, listen.
Hang up, Byron. You's a trifling ass father, Byron.
Listen, hey.
Byron, I hope that's not you pretending to be the engagement swindler all up and through this chat and in my comments. Okay? I hope not. Because we see you into some things. You can't out-slick a slickster. Y'all see how I've been talking to Millie this whole time? But then towards the end, I drop down into my Scorpio shit. Now, if this ain't Millie, if this is Byron, don't play with me. Because see, you fucking with the right one if this is you, Byron, and you running around here with this fake page trying to see if you can get some information. Hopefully you ain't pretending to be Millie because you're running around here with locks long like hers. You doing a lot of carrying on out here. Well, husband, the good thing about Brother Byron is he took down his Instagram. The only thing that is still up are those children's books down there to the Amazon. And I do see somebody left a bad review. He only had one review, but somebody left a bad review, like the nerve of you to be, selling this shit on here. I don't know how she said it. Y'all would have to go down there to the Amazon and see. His website is still up, but hopefully any type of bookings he has, hopefully these different schools and universities are warned. Okay. And once again, Byron, if you are pretending to be Millie, because you're an actor, I don't trust shit. If you are pretending to be Millie in my chat, baby, you can't out-troll me. I'm retired, but I will put my lab jacket back on. Yes, I will. So, now that we got that out the way, just in case, that's all we have. But like I said, I doubt if that is him, because like she's actually dropping a few things why would he say those things about himself, knowing that that's making him look a certain type of way. But if it's even somebody else pretending to be her and in support of her, you know what I'm saying? Babies, let's not do it. Let's not do it, baby. Okay. I have been tagging the page. As well. So I feel like, whomever is behind that page, if it's her or somebody who's representing the girls, thank you for joining us is what I'll say. And that's it. And that's all, y'all. Y'all have an amazing day. Not he already stole her locks and nose rings, so anything is possible. Okay, I'm going to be live later with Reddit advice. Okay, baby, let us know what time. And yes, she does have a page, husband. Her page is actually when you go to my title, after we end the live, I tag her in each of the live. Well, let me quit saying her. Well, she's the main one doing the content, right? I tag her in each live in my title. When you click on her name in that title, it'll take you right to her channel. But I think she's going to have to, she doesn't have any, she only has like 3 videos up, but they're not anything. It's not like what she's doing on TikTok. And she has to re-upload it because it has the TikTok watermark all over it. So she has to clean some things up. So we'll see once we get the email and you know what's going on from there. We got to help her out so that she can get her story here on the YouTube as well and tell her story. Okay, thank you for anybody catching a replay. If you are catching a replay and you made it at the end of this 3-hour long live, woo, child, you really F with the doll, huh? Hey, sugars, drop your lipstick and lollipop emojis if you made it to the end of this live. Okay, and if you are catching a replay, thank y'all so much. Let me see if I can grab her page, y'all, because I would rather y'all have a link instead. Give me a second to see if I can grab the actual page. Oh Lord, I think I'm a little hungry, and I ate a little bit. What did I have? I don't think I had a meal. That's what it is. This is giving, girl, you need a meal. The engagement swindler. I can't seem to find the oh, here it is right here. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna get you all the link. Uh-oh. So this is the engagement swindler. This is the YouTube link. And you know, Millie, we just, you know, after baby, you done gave that man a soft, it wasn't just Millie. Millie gave him a soft life. Paige gave him a soft life, baby. Van gave him a soft life. He was living like a bad bitch out here. Hopefully y'all can get some coins back, get some of y'all money back dealing with his scamming raggedy ass. And hopefully while you all are healing in therapy, baby, don't get caught up in a bunch of, you know what I'm saying? You got to be careful because some of these men is what they're sitting back watching and they're thinking to them, you know, they're thinking, now I wonder how I can get next to her. You got to be careful out here. Yes, you do. Because see, Millie, right now you in mommy mode, right? You in mommy mode, you in work mode, you are in healing mode. But see, they might be going back to that video when you was walking around with Byron the clown, honey, when you had your lipsticks on, you know, you had them titties out and y'all out and about hanging out. You was chewing on that gum and, you know, baby, you got to be careful. A man they're looking at that saying, oh, okay. They ain't paying attention to the mommy Millie. You know, when we in mommy mode, no, not him. I'm talking about other men's Millie. See, you right now, you telling the story in mommy mode. You telling the story in mommy mode, but they might be going back to that video you shared before Millie was a mommy, you know, when Millie had the lipsticks on. And the titties out. I seen them too. Yeah, I seen them shaking and carrying on. Honey, you got to be careful. Protect yourself out here, especially now that this story has traction and footprints in the sand of social media. Protect yourself, baby. Okay, be careful of who's inboxing you and who's trying to get next to you if he has a penis attached to him. All right, so we're gonna get on out of here, babies. I ain't got nothing else for y'all. I did not have any fun because Byron is a piece of work. There was nothing fun about this. He stressed me out. Millie, you stressed me out. Samantha, hell, you stressed me out some as well. I'm stressed out. I'm sure y'all are stressed out. But baby, we are going to see it to the end. We will be back tomorrow to wrap this story up. Okay. And then anything after that will be anything that maybe if Millie wants me to tell y'all something, or it'll be whatever updates we have moving forward. We're just going to claim that Samantha got her baby back already. And that's all I got for y'all. Y'all have an amazing day, baby. Don't get none on ya, in the word of Tina on the Ike and Tina movie. Don't get none on ya. And I am out of here, y'all. Thank you so much again. Shout out again to... Thank you so much to Only Me 23 for gifting a doll baby a membership. Thank y'all so much for engaging with one another, for hitting that like button. You all are amazing. Do you have the Oreo of the baby shout outs? You said you found them yesterday. The Oreo of the baby shout outs. You said you found them yesterday. Oh, area of the birthday shout outs. Do you have the birthday shout out videos of the birthday shout outs? Oh, Millie, there's been a lot, baby. Can you email me what you're talking about, sugar? The videos of the birthday shout outs. Videos of the birthday shout outs. Girl, I say something. I don't know I forget about it. I got mom brain. You got one kid, baby. I got 3. My mom brain is fried. Do you have the video of the baby shout outs? Birthday shout outs. Let me wait for her to see what she say before I hit the end button. Oh, Reef's mom. I know you ain't talking about a 40. Get out. Reese, are you talking about a 40 ounce with the paper bag, honey? A Schultz Bull? Why don't you ask for a St. Ides? What is it, St. Ides? While you're at it. I know good and damn well you don't drink no 40 bottle of malt liquor. I'm waiting for and Millie, don't be in here, baby, and you sitting there grooming Cuddles, and you done sent cut. You know you don't want them people saying, now why is Cuddles cut uneven, messing with us, honey? You can email me. You can email me, baby. We want Cuddles to make sure, you know what I mean? We want to make sure Cuddles got to even, Cuddles is cute when he's finished. Oh my goodness, because I don't know what birthday video she's referring to, you guys. Do you know what she's talking about when she says birthday shout outs? Or baby, email me, okay? Or like I said, DM me in the Instagrams. Oh, I feel like I need hell, I'm talking about Reefs and Must mom drinking a 40 ounce. I feel like I need a pint of Nikolai vodka. If you lived in certain areas, you already know, baby, if you had winos in the area, when you look down there to the curb, you seen that paper bag with that pint of Nikolai vodka. Oh, you said you were looking for a flash mob engagement. No, she said something about birthday shout outs, or she might have a typo. What y'all gonna ask for? A glass of Alizé next, or a glass of Mad Dog? Y'all, let me get the hell on out of here. Y'all are so funny. Millie, baby, email me what you were trying to say, sugar. I got to go. I got to go to my corporate job, child. I've been on here too long. I get to make up this time. Yes, I do.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Unfiltered Doll Reactions.
All right, Slash.
Oh, what you working for? Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth. Can't.
I feel like we need to shake some ass before we leave. Yeah. Oh, Lord Jesus, let's shake a little tail feather before we go. I feel like we need it. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to find a new song. All right. So please drop your peach emojis. Don't, baby, this says we're not here to body shame. If you ain't got no booty, shake it anyway. It's going to still move, baby. Okay. Please hit the like button on your way out, baby. Thank y'all so much for your support. And let's shake a little ass. Oh my God, on today, girls and boys.